comrades. Today is June 2nd, 2026, and the current time is 1918. The ongoing egg shortage source has been discovered, and the Institute will be sending out Momentum comrades to deal with the cause. Worry not, dear comrades. A free unlimited breakfast dining will resume soon. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Hello, comrade gamers. Whoa, look at this. We're doing a thing today that's a little different from what we normally do. I may have forgotten to actually boot the game up. So you'll need to give me a second while I actually figure out where Steam is located so I can boot the game up. Yeah, we're playing a train simulator today, which is very much not ever what we've done really here. We normally do a lot of tycoon games and a lot of strategy gaming, but this game in particular caught my eye, so I was very interested in giving it a shot. Because the crazy thing is this game was made by one guy, which is incredibly, like, insane to think about, and you'll understand once we get in there. But anyways, how are all of you doing? Hello, Umi, who I think disappeared, and also hello, Ray and Kefir, I think, and Normar, the ones who've said anything so far. Hopefully you're all having a good evening. Okay, I think everything's plugged in. Let me pull the game up on the screen real quick. I think we're using this one. Yes, here we go. Any day now. It will hook in. There we go. Welcome to Running Train. Fun fact, this game has no music and basically no other audio aside from just listening to trains. And so if the game gets too loud, let me know and we'll make some adjustments, because I have not really tried out this much. I played like maybe a minute just so I made sure the game functioned. But beyond that, no, we're just going in completely blind for the most part. I do need to crank this to like maybe 60. I wish I could set it to like 120, but I guess I can't. I guess 90 is as smooth as I'm gonna get. Sure, that's fine, I think. Oh, and let me turn off motion blur, because I know some people don't really like motion blur. Let me do that real quick if I can figure out where motion blur is. I guess there's no way to turn off motion blur. I guess oh, here, motion blur amount. I guess we can just crank this down to 0. It's probably a little prettier that way. But anyways, before we start, how are all of you doing? This is a very cool game. Like I said, it's called Running Train. It's essentially a Japanese train simulator that takes place in a fictional version of Japan. This game has like a very overwhelming response on Steam reviews and everything. It's like everyone loves it, and it's a very, very pretty game. Is it going to be the most fun streamable title? Probably not. If you're here to see some super high-end crazy nonsense, this is probably not the usual type of content that I do. So it's like I said, it's going to be a little different. Let's just get in. You'll understand in a second. Oh, whoops. So we're gonna hop in, and I'm gonna go start driving. The tutorial doesn't exist. The tutorial's fake, and then we have to pick one of these routes. There's essentially 2 lines. There's a very short route here known as the Fukugawa line, and then there's the main Sankai main line, which is the big one that you see right there. And you see there's like maybe 3 more that's in development, but for the time being, these are the only ones we can do. It might be easier if we start with a smaller line so you can understand what we're doing. So why don't we do a local line going from, let's see, Takahashi to Ise. So we're going from west to east at 7 in the morning. A 12-minute train ride, and you can pick like which one of these multiple trains that you have access to, which are all different. But we'll pick the KR 5004. I believe these are actually based on real trains. I'm not sure which one it is. You can even choose the color, but we'll just choose the nice. I like the blue, and we'll do sunny. We'll leave this on, and then we'll get going. So I may need to pick music at some point because there's again no music in this game. It is literally just a train simulator from start to finish with literally nothing else of note. We'll see again if this is something that people want to see more of, and if no one wants to see this again, then we'll just never play this on stream ever again, and it'll just be relegated to a weird hyper niche title that I like to play on my own time. But welcome to the funny train game. That's right, this is a train. And you have to control the train like you would actually do that. For example, we need to do the ATS chime, we're waiting, and we have like a whole timer above us, and we have to get ready to drive. But look at how pretty this game is, by the way. That's right. I was trying this out earlier, and I couldn't help but be amazed at how... Wait, hold on. The graphics are actually way more rougher on my... Let's see. Is there a way to maximize the... hold on. Let me change this down to 60. I need to make sure we get a smooth 60. We'll do switches to performance. That should be okay. Yes, I would like to save these settings. Hello? Okay, there we go. That should be fine. Okay, so we're hitting like 40 FPS, which I guess is probably fine. You played something similar to Arcade Cabinet and completely ran through your stuff. Yeah, well, hi Kev, welcome. Yeah, this is very similar to Densha to Go, which is probably the game that you're referring to. But now you can play it on your PC. This game actually does support those controllers, unironically. So if you really wanted to play, oh Jesus, if you wanted to play with, how do I get back to my viewpoint? Oh, okay. Wait, how do I fix my viewpoint? Okay, hold on. We gotta release the brakes, and then we got up the power, but at the same time I'm trying to figure out how to control the camera because I already do not know how to control the camera, and I'm very lost here. Okay, so here we go. There we go. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so why have we stopped? Okay, so the brake was on. I'm turning off the brake. Okay, let's get going. You like trains, specifically armored and armed ones? I think a lot of people like armored trains in general. Unfortunately, this is not a game with armored trains. They do make those types of games, but unfortunately, this is not one of them. Also, it's annoying that the audio seizes up if I click off, which is super annoying. Let's see if I can turn that function off, because I would like the audio to run even if I have the game not selected. It does not seem like that's an option, which is a really stupid thing to have. Yeah, it's just more weird things that I'm going to assume is a quirk of Unreal Engine. Oh my gosh, this game was running really well before I started stream, but I guess on stream it's not gonna be super smooth. But welcome to the very cool train line as we go travel through fake Japan. Look at all the cars and look at our beautiful train. Okay, so we need to, oh shoot. Wait, did I move? Oh, hold on. Sorry, there's also a score at the top. I may have just blown through multiple speed limits, and that might not have been a good thing. Oh shoot. Okay, hold on, can I start over? I completely blew past my train. Hold on, I'd like to start over. I'm not paying attention, and I completely blew past the stop that we were supposed to be riding through. Okay, so I don't know how many of you ever ride trains, or if you're in an area. And it's quite an experience. Are you Dr. Saurus on Discord, Normar? Is that your new account? Riding trains in Japan and just anywhere you can get a train is actually quite nice and a very enjoyable experience. All right, we're gonna try this again. Okay, so first, okay, so we're in forwards mode. We've removed our brake. We're turning off the ATS chime. We're gonna turn off the brake, and then once we're ready for power, we'll head off. Basically, we have to follow that timetable in the top right above my head, and that's kind of how the game operates from a pure gameplay perspective, and we'll just see how we proceed, shall we? Anyways, I have been kind of on a travel binge and seeing how trains, like travel video binge recently, and seeing how various countries do their public transit, and it's very interesting seeing, especially like countries like China, who have some very, very well done public transit systems that the West could only dream of. Modern, clean, fast. It's quite beautiful to behold if you ever get a chance to watch one of those videos. And it's like I'm kind of a sucker for Japanese, like, just train aesthetics. I'm sure this is not a surprise to anyone, but I'm basically like a weeb. Okay, so we're gonna, okay, it's time for us to get going. So now we're gonna see if we can make it to the next station without too much issue. All right, let's go travel forward. By the way, look at all these like bars and levers. Okay, so we do need to try and pay attention to our speed limit. So for example, like, okay, we're kind of capping up at 35. We're gonna just apply a little bit of brake pressure. Just, there we go. So now we're good. Now we can just maintain this. And that should be okay. Okay, this is way more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, I've seen a lot of train game video stuff, and it's quite interesting. It would be nice to own some of these controllers, but they are expensive, and I don't really want to spend money on things that I don't think are really necessary right now. Okay, so okay, so like now we're approaching the station, and we gotta slow down. So this is essentially what's gonna be for the next 4 hours, or until I get bored. except I'm just gonna be yapping a lot more. Okay, so now we have to get ready for the next stop. We're approaching our station. If I can do this correctly, we should be able to come to a nice stop. Okay, we're a little too slow now. I need to move up just a little. Okay, there we go. That should be fine. Perfect. See, just like that. And then we just have to keep doing this essentially until we complete the entire line and, you know, try to match the timetable. For example, we got to depart in 30 seconds because in real life, you know, the trains actually move fairly quickly if you take a look here. Unfortunately, the developer did not get a chance to add passengers. This game was made by one person. I need to emphasize that. This is a game built on, I believe, UE5. It is a solo developer who decided he really wanted to make a game that was dedicated to trains, and lo and behold, he did it, and that is beautiful. All right, are we ready to go? I think we're ready to go. So we're gonna head off, and let's see if we can try to not screw up the next train, shall we? Or the next station. The next stop is Kitami, which will take us approximately a minute and 30 seconds to get to. But just look at how pretty this game is. This game, I think, prides itself on how it looks, especially if you've been to Japan or you just kind of like watch a lot of anime and or just had anything to do with Japan, you kind of get the general vibe. And I think it's quite nice. Let's take a look at this real fast. Look at how pretty this is. Like, this entire city is just like modeled. You can see everything, even the mountains in the far back, all the way over there. Oh shoot, hold on. Oh shoot, how do I... We're going a little too fast. Okay, so we're gonna slow down a little bit. Okay, we gotta slow down a lot harder. I'm trying to figure out how to control the camera. How do I get back in first person mode? Okay, there we go. I don't know if we have enough... Oh shoot. I don't think I'm very good at this. Oh, let's see. I may have overshot this. Okay. Okay, so release the emergency brakes and then switch to power. Okay, so we're gonna go in reverse a little bit. Okay. So anyways, train game is a little difficult because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so how far did I overshoot this? Jeez. Okay, I need this. I'm constantly overshooting this. This is becoming a bit of a problem. This may be more difficult than I thought it was. Let me get a hang of the controls and then we can do our wacky tacky train ASMR that Ray will kill me for even attempting. Don't worry, all I'm gonna do is say things like Tsugi wa Kitami, you know, things like that. The next station is... I actually do enjoy listening to those train announcements just because they are kind of fun to just kind of vibe to. Oh my goodness, I cannot do this correctly. Okay, I overshot the platform. Is it good enough? Okay, it's okay. I gotta adjust a little bit. We're running the train super late already. Well, we're just gonna just adjust slightly. Brake. Oh my goodness, I keep overshooting this thing. Okay, we're gonna go up very slowly. Okay, just a little, and then just immediately kill it, and then brake. There we go. I did it. I'm only 80 seconds delayed and I'm already behind and I can't get to the next station on time. Hello there, AZ Opposer. How are you doing, comrade? Okay, we gotta blitz. Oh, we're not allowed to depart. Oh, we're already behind. Okay. All right. We have to find a way to make up for lost time and see if we can make it. Well, yeah, welcome to running train. I know it's not the usual type of thing, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that'd rather see other stuff, but just give it a shot. Maybe you'll like this type of thing. It's only like 20 bucks anyways. But yeah, I found this very pretty to look at, especially with like the like the graphics. There's like a winter and there's like a summer, and there's like a winter and spring map right now, and we're doing the spring one on the short line. We'll do the longer line. This line's only supposed to take like 12 minutes, but with my skills, oh my goodness, why can't I? How do I reduce power again? Okay, we gotta kill power. We gotta slow down. Yeah, I'm hoping this is enough of a slowdown with the brakes. I'm gonna ease up on the brakes a little bit. If you want music, please let me know. Anyways, how have all of you been doing, comrades? Hopefully you've all been doing well. I got to do the magical thing known as eating food that was probably not good for me, and I'm regretting every second of it because I ate some fried chicken thinking, oh, fried chicken's delicious, I'll eat some fried chicken, and I very much regret that option. Okay, so I think we should be able to brake here. Almost, just eke up just a little bit, come on. Okay, it doesn't count, I have to be slightly ahead. By the way, I am behind 75 seconds on my timetable, which is very bad. Okay. So we're okay here. Now we have to wait until we're ready to be released, and then we have to find a way to get ready to hit. The next station is, let's see, so we're at Sayu. So the next one is Ise Yamadera, and that's gonna require us to basically somehow move forward in time. Okay, so how do I get ready to move to the next station? I think we're waiting for the passengers to hop on, basically. Yep, because you have to stop at each station for a limited amount of time, and then you get ready to go. So we're gonna release the brakes. Throttle up, and let's go. Yeah, no, my timetable is a disaster. Hello, Graven. How are you doing, comrade? I'm trying to figure out how to control this. It's not very well defined how to control this thing. Oh. Okay, we're too slow here. Okay, and now we can go faster, so now we can do that. Yeah, don't worry. It's just practice. We're just getting used to it. We're just going through a very small line just to kind of get the vibe, and then we'll transition to the longer 40-minute line, and we'll see how that goes. Half a kilometer away, you know, the stops are about like once a kilometer, which is like what? Like a 2/5 of a mile? They're fairly close to each other, which is kind of crazy. We're gonna turn off our power, and then we're just gonna coast over there. Once we're within 200, I think we'll start to hit the brakes. I think I'm overshooting it. Yeah. I don't know how far I need to kill the brakes. All right, how about this? Let's start all over. Let's start on a new line now that I kind of get the general idea. I have no idea how to pilot a train, I need to emphasize. This is not something I've ever done. I keep telling Ray I want to go visit the train museum, but I'm not sure if she's going to let me. I know she'll let me go to the train museum. All right, so we're going to try the big line. All right, we're going to try a super long run. Okay, how about that? Why don't we do let's do a evening run down this main line from, let's do Nagara to Kanamori. So east to west, and we'll see how this one goes. Okay, we'll do spring. We'll make it clear weather. We'll hop on this beautiful 6-train car. Ooh, we'll do the pink one. How about that? I know, like, Raid probably doesn't care that much about train stuff, but I kind of like writing these things. I'm a sucker for public transit. Whenever I try to build cities and city builders, I'm always like, okay, how much public transit can I cram into this that's not just more buses? More large transit systems are needed. And I actually do enjoy, like, watching, like, sometimes I'll listen to, like, those train announcement videos that are, like, you know, I'm trying to remember how it goes specifically, but it's the ones that are, like, I can't remember, it's like, you know, Tsugi wa Shinjuku, Odenji ga hidari something onegaishimasu. Basically, you know, the doors will open on the left side. Please be careful. Okay, so we're gonna do this, switch to this. Okay, we're ready to depart in about 10 seconds, and let's see if we can do this correctly. So we're gonna lower the brakes. We'll keep it on slightly. All right, let's go. All right, hopefully I don't mess it up this time. So the next station's 4 kilometers. These are longer stops between, so at least we'll be able to experience this a little bit more. But here's like one view. Right. Like, the trains are incredibly well modeled, okay? even see like all the, oh, this one you can't really see in the back, but you can see the passengers like seating areas on this local train as we try to go down this route. I do need to pay attention to our speed, so we're gonna kill throttle. Okay. Just gonna throttle up a little bit until we're at 80, and then we're just gonna kill at 79, and that should be enough. I think inertia will keep us moving. It was a little bit of extra power here. But yeah, I think it's quite nice. If you ever take a look, there should be an option to zoom in, but I don't know what the zoom function is. I've been trying to press like the different buttons, and I don't think it's an option necessarily in the, for lack of a better word, the controller's layout scheme, which is super annoying. We're gonna hit 95, and then we'll slow down as we get close, as we stop at Lumacho. But you just take a look at the terrain on this beautiful sunny day. Again, solo developer shenanigans. Oh shoot, I'm going too fast now. Let's kill the speed a little bit. This requires a lot of it. It's actually a lot harder than I thought it would be. I think modern day systems, they're kind of designed so that you just plug a speed and you'll be kind of good to go automatically. Like you don't have to be finagling and micromanaging every little bit of thrust. You just kind of go. You know what I mean? And I think that should be how it is, because you take out the human element and it becomes way easier. I actually did see a video the other day. Apparently in China, some of the older folks aren't too trustworthy of trains that don't have a human conductor. So what they've been doing is that they will put a chair at the front of these driverless trains, so that and then they'll just put someone on there, just so that oh, it's actually a little too loud, I think, for stream. Hold on, you probably can't hear me very well. Let me just lower the master volume a little bit more. I'm sorry. Because the older type people don't trust the trains without any human conductors, and so they have to put a human sitting on a chair just looking straight ahead to minimize, their panic and their worry. And it's like, okay, well, I guess that's not how that works. I'm sure, why not? Okay, we're speeding up a little too high. Okay. Okay, so we gotta get ready to stop, so we're gonna take the brakes up a little bit more. We're maxing out the brakes. Okay, we're gonna slow down the brakes a little bit. We're just gonna try to be a little smooth with it. Okay, let's make this right. Okay, max. Nope. All right, overshot it again. Oh my goodness. Do I have to go reverse? I do have to go reverse. Okay. All right. Okay. I need to be within like a meter. I do not know how people do this in real life and how they're able to be so accurate. Okay, so then we gotta crank the brakes up. Okay, so we need to be within 5 meters for it to count. Okay, 5 meters is, or 5 centimeter. No, it is 5 full meters. As long as you're within 5 full meters, you're fine. Okay, so we're gonna switch the inverter back to max. Okay, so I am behind. I'm actually not behind. I'm actually on time. Holy cow, I'm doing it. Okay. Oh shoot, I forgot. I have to prevent rolling. So we're gonna max brake, release brake, maximize throttle, and now we have to try to make it to Shiohama in 2 minutes and 55 seconds, which is perfectly reasonable. Let me check something real quick too. Sorry, I'm just gonna check my phone. Yeah, that should be fine. Don't worry, we're gonna do some Fire Emblem and Star Sectoring on the morrow, which I know a lot of people have been looking forward to. By the way, this is very cool stuff. I like how the audio of what you're riding on also kind of changes. Look at all these like levers. I wonder if these actually adjust as you... Oh, it does. It actually does move. It matches what you're actually doing. So, for example, I'm moving the power down so we can try to reach the correct speed. We're gonna try to hit 100, and then we'll slow down, and we should be fine. So now we're gonna kill throttle a little bit, apply a very light amount of brake until we're down to 100. Okay, that's good, and then we should be fine. Nice. So yeah, welcome to my train. I hope you're gonna enjoy your time here. Make sure your tickets are well ready and get ready to just enjoy the seaside view. And I wish I was in a different train because I cannot see that at all from this side. That sucks. Okay, well, we can at least take a look this way. What's the zoom function? Oh, I just need to check something. What is the zoom function for this? Move camera, change camera. Is there no zoom? Headlights, whisper, ATS, main camera, free external camera, hide UI, default to default. I don't have a specialized controller, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, that's really weird. So I thought there would be an option for that, but there is not, which is also very weird. Okay. Give me 1 second, I need to check something real quick. Okay. Okay, let's try this out. We should be able to just finagle it like this. Okay, so I can do easy, move looking left and right. These buttons are doing fine. Just crank the power up a little bit. But yeah. I hope you've all been having a good day. Again, like I said, a little different. I wanted to mostly just relax and stuff, especially since I came back from a very long drive the other day. It is actually kind of crazy because recently my stomach has been in pain, and I'm not sure if it's indigestion or if I've just eaten something bad. I'll just tell you, oh my gosh, I forgot to brake. We're not gonna brake in time. We're gonna overshoot. What is how much? Okay, so how much distance do I actually need in order? Oh my gosh, I'm so overshot. Oh. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's quickly. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna. Okay, release e-brakes, power in reverse. Okay, I overshot by how much? Okay, I overshot by 60. So hold on, okay, so kill power. Okay, then we're gonna start to brake a little harder. Not that hard. Let it coast. Okay, let it coast a little bit more. Kill power. Hard brake at 10 meters remaining. Okay, I am within 5. There we go. Okay. I am already painfully behind on our little train adventure. We got... Oh, actually... I'm supposed to have departed now, so as long as I do the next stop perfectly, we shouldn't have to delay ourselves any longer. Okay, we should be fine. Okay. Let's go. We gotta hit Uetsu. Gosh, I don't know how people do this like perfectly, like not thinking about it. And we should be fine. You know this actually, yeah, I really need to see if there's like a zoom function. It'd be nice if I could zoom. Let's see, if I switch to mouse controls, how do I switch to the other viewpoint? Okay, switch to here. Camera mode, okay. Alright, there's not really a way to finagle this to have a zoom, which is annoying. It's just camera 2, 3, 4. Okay. Don't forget to point at the signs and signal lights. Oh, trust me. Look, I'm doing my best here. Listen, we're already going a little fast. We gotta actually go a little faster. We gotta make time. We're behind. How are you doing, Airman Joker? We're already behind. I'm gonna crank our speed up. We're gonna try to make it. Okay, so now we're approaching. We got 1 kilometer remaining. Okay, we're gonna kill. We're not gonna decrease power. Okay, good. We're slowing down because we're about to approach the speed limit. I don't know how proper train conductors operate. I need to emphasize that. I am not a train conductor. Okay. Slow down. Coast along. Maybe slow down a little bit more. I'm too fast. Okay. Okay, we're gonna start cranking the brakes up. Maybe we need 300 meters. I think 300 from 80 is probably correct. Let's see. Oh my gosh, 300 meters from 80 kmh. actually might be correct. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I'm not close enough. Hold on. Gotta just kill power. There we go. I'm such a gamer. It's really funny because there's an arcade game where the whole gimmick of the game is to do exactly this. And then you get scored on how well you do. It's actually quite interesting. I believe it's called Densha de Go. One of my friends is really into it, and he was telling me about how he wants to buy a controller to play Densha de Go, you know, at home. But that type of thing is kind of expensive, and you know, highly specialized game controllers in general are ridiculously expensive. Does that arcade one? I don't think it involves multi-track drifting. No, it's just kind of a literal do this exact type of game. Okay, so we're gonna kill brakes, and then we're gonna crank our power up. All right, let's move. Next, we're going to Kaguradai. As we finagle our way over there. Would you like to multi-track drift in this? I don't know, ask the developer. Maybe he's willing to do it. I will say, it's a little sad that there's no chimes or jingles yet. I think the developer wanted to add it, but he hasn't had the chance to do it because he needed to get the game out in time for a release. And, you know, when you're one person, you do what you can. And I think that's ultimately what ended up happening. He's one person. He's doing his best. Oh, we gotta speed up. Did I make the game do something weird? Hold on. Okay, we're gonna switch to camera mode. I just kind of want to see something. Oh, okay, you can't see the camera from outside. Got it. I guess that makes sense. I think part of the problem that I'm having is the controls are all very finicky and finagly. I'm trying to make sure it all works correctly. All right, welcome to past the mountain as we go past another mountain. Okay, now we gotta kill power, kill throttle, slow down a little bit. 1, 2. Okay, pull the brake. Perfect. It just makes me want to hop on a train. I mean, to be fair, my area does have some decent trains. I don't ride them very often because they kind of suck. Oh shoot, hold on. Okay, so driver mode, and then we gotta crank the brakes up. Okay. Our next stop is Kaguradai. And I did not brake enough, and I'm gonna overshoot it. Ooh, that's so painful. Oh, how much am I off by? 78? Oh my gosh, I'm so off. All right. Kill the brakes and then immediately turn the reverse on. Come on. Trying to turn off the ATS chime. I already know that I'm behind. Okay. Just go to about 15. Start cranking the brakes up. Okay, lower the brakes a little bit. Okay, we're still a little too far. C6. Okay, this should be good. This is probably enough. I think I'm gonna overshot it on the reverse. Oh my goodness, I'm still off by 1 meter. You have to be within 5 meters of your stop, and I somehow overshot by a little more than that. All right. Let's do this, turn off the wiper. Okay. So now it's just a waiting game until we're allowed to depart. We're running behind by about 10 seconds. Don't worry, we'll make it. All right. Okay, we're ready to depart. All right, throttle up, max speed. Let's go straight. We're gonna go to Iwaminato. I am probably pronouncing that incorrectly. Iwamiminato is our next stop. For one person game, they did, I think, capture the general vibe that I think people look for. It's probably like the prettiest train simulator game I've played. I have tried other ones at my friend's house with, you know, Train World and stuff like that, and I mean, they all look nice, but this one, I think, because it's so simple, it doesn't need, you know, like the 50 bajillion different train types. Oh shit, we gotta color throttle. And so I think that's kind of where this this excels because it knows exactly what it wants to do, and it doesn't try to do anything that it's not meant to do. It's trying to just mimic a Japanese rail system, and that's all it is, and I think that's quite nice. I think it's the simplicity of it all. No, I don't want to play Train Sim World with, like, you know, 1 more billion DLC that are all the same. I don't know why that game has so much DLC, but people are buying it. And there's also, like, all the custom content, too, that I believe that game has, in order to, you know, let people make custom stuff. Because I think the Train Sim primarily focuses on Europe and a little bit of America, too, right? So if you want to, say, play with Asian trains, whether it's Chinese, Japanese, or Korean, you basically have to go to third-party content creators and download those add-ons and plugins. That's the only way you can do it. And that's fine for the most part if you don't care that much, but, you know, they also probably don't want to start... It is targeting netism. Quite frankly, I don't have that strong of a traintism. I think for me, I don't really care about the individual train models like some people do. For me, what actually matters more is the... It's more the general infrastructure that surrounds a train and all that. Yeah, I think for me, I don't actually care that much about the individual train models like some people are. For me, it's like, okay, look at this road, for example, that's following alongside the train. That I think that's interesting, and seeing how it, you know, connects to the main road, and you can see how this train line is dividing, you know, this street from that street, and things like that is what I find the most interesting when it comes to rail infrastructure, and essentially like the movement of people between these. Because like this line, for example, is making us move between major, you know, suburban zones that are leading to like major cities. Oh my gosh, I'm a little too far. Just gonna maintain like a nice steady pace. I am behind by about 10 seconds already. That is not a good sign. We gotta crank this up a little bit. We are behind. We are quite behind. Okay, we're gonna crank the brakes. Hopefully it's gonna be fine. Oh, I'm short. Oh my goodness. I was short by about... I was short by like 2 meters. Truly one of the greatest train conductors of all time, I tell you what. JR having to write apology letters. Yeah. This is the worst JR line experience. If I was a train conductor, I would have been fired for just being terrible. Let's take a look at the train real quick while we're kind of chilling here. Yeah, look at how pretty... Oh, shoot, I've got to prevent this. Look at how pretty this is. It's so well... Oh, shoot, we got to depart. Okay. Crank this up, crank this down. Okay, go back to camera mode. Like, you can even see the wheels turning, too. It's quite nice. And obviously, you can kind of go inside here. You can see... You can see how well they modeled even the, you know, the interiors. There's no passengers, unfortunately. Wait, actually, how far can I pull the camera out? Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm not going to go crash real quick. I want to make sure that our train is functioning correctly. Okay, let's see here. How far can we go? Oh my goodness. I don't know how to finagle this. This is a little hard to finagle. Okay, so we're going too fast. We gotta slow down a little bit. I'm over the speed limit by a fairly sizable chunk. Okay, that should be fine. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, look at how much is modeled in this game. It's kind of crazy. I don't know how to slow the game. Oh, wait, hold on, pause. Okay, here we go. Like, look at how much is actually modeled here, and you can kind of see it all through your train. Now, granted, I'm not sure how accurate like this is to the kilometer and meter and whatnot. Obviously, it's probably shrunk down, scaled down to make it a little more palatable. But for some reason, like even the individual streets are, I mean, it's not all properly modeled because it only cares about what you can see from the train. But for the most part, it does a really good job. And obviously, the cars are all, you know, just bare bones, basic assets and all that, but you don't care about that most of the time. And they're doing a pretty good job of culling, you know, the textures in the background that the player is generally not going to be able to see as they are traversing this, right? Actually, I'm kind of curious what else is over there. I wonder if the guys put any Easter eggs if you just kind of zoom out and check. Let's see how far the mountains go. Yeah, see the trees kind of stop after a certain point. It just kind of goes all the way over here. Oh, you can no-clip through the mountains. That's funky. That is super weird. Okay, so I can keep no clipping all the way out here. Where does this go? I wonder, wait, are those mountains actually there, or are they just a skybox? I think they legitimately are all the way over there. That's interesting. All right, well, let's continue our magic journey again. All right, let's unpause. And let's hop back in. All right. Yeah, don't expect me to be a good conductor. You expect me to be a conductor, just maybe not a very good conductor. I'm already behind on the timetables here. We basically have to make it to the next stop in about... Oh, shit, I'm already... we need to make it to the next stop in about 1 minute. And it's about 1.5 kilometers away. We need about 15 seconds for the passenger boarding and on and off boarding. So that's also the other problem. Okay, turn off brake, speed up. Am I winning? No. We are not winning. We are doing so bad. You don't understand. I am not a good train conductor. We are barely functioning. All right. I think I was at 90 last time, and I managed to get fairly close to the stop point when I braked at 600. So maybe I brake at 6. Maybe I brake at 500. All right. Let's brake at 500. Should be fine. All right. We're now 500 meters. So we're going to crank the brakes. And then we're going to try to hopefully slow down on time. We're going to lower the brakes a little bit. Oh, it's not even just Germany. Yeah, maybe it's the average train in the US where it's just perpetually late. The US trains are like ridiculously late a lot of the times, especially like the long distance trains. You ever ride? So in the US, there's a train network called Amtrak. Very popular, intercontinental train line that will basically take you from any station to, most major cities to any other major city that you want to go to. The problem with the Amtrak is that you have to remember these are rides that will take you the better part of like 48 hours to 24 to 48 hours. And they are, oh shoot, I overshot it. I forgot to brake. All right, how far did I overshoot it? I overshot it by 5 meters. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're a little behind. I think I was supposed to approach that 30 seconds ago. Well, yeah, I was supposed to approach this like 15 seconds ago. Oh well, I tried. Let's get ready to go to the next station. Trust me, this is not on time. This is barely functioning. I don't think I like this train very much, but I want to keep riding it. Well, yeah, so in the US, there's a train line called Amtrak, right? And a lot of the main thing they do is that they do long distance train hauls, essentially. So let's say you want to go from, say New York City to Florida. You can take that on a train. Is it going to be fast? No. In fact, it's really bad. Zero out of when I'm stop at the point of the stopping marker. Oh, is there a stopping marker? I probably haven't noticed it. By the way, this does react to everything that you're doing, which is so much detail. This game in VR, I could imagine being like a hit. Like honestly, if this game had, if this game had virtual reality, this would be a hit. Amtrak listed Greyhound. I mean, that's also true. At least Amtrak's not Greyhound. At least Amtrak will get you in the same spot without getting yourself killed when actions start the country's attention IRL. Let me see. I haven't seen anything that's like a stopping marker. No, wait, hold on. I think that's my timetable. Yeah. So we're about halfway through as we approach Komori. Oh shoot, I'm over the speed limit. We're overspeeding. By the way, there's a score meter at the top. I have to try to get to 100. I am not at all, because I am not very good at this. Let's see. Approaching speed limit. Apply the brakes. I'm not approaching the brakes. Okay. We are getting really close. Oh, we are approaching a speed limit here. Okay, so how to drop down to 85 before we cross that threshold. Up at the next station. Okay, apply your brakes and prepare to stop in less than 600 meters. Okay. I think... Let's see. Trying to land on eventually stop at the wrong spot. Yeah, I don't know how they determine like the stopping point. There's probably something that I'm like not spotting. Maybe if I watch a video and a guide on like Japanese train conducting, I might be able to figure that out. But unfortunately, we don't have that. Okay. So I will be... We're not super delayed, but we are delayed a little bit. Yeah, because I think normally you shouldn't be like coasting this slowly. I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna be a little too late. Okay, crank the brakes up a little more. Okay, I might need to look into that. I actually did not know that. I was mentioning this earlier, but my knowledge of oh shoot, yeah, I think I overshot it. Nope, I made it. Yeah, a lot of my train knowledge is primarily on like how it conjoins with the rest of the infrastructure in a given urban zone, but not necessarily the individual train that, you know, runs everything. Like this train is like a 4-car or 6-car train. Oh yes, it's a long boy. Look at it. Hold on, pause the game. Look, it's a very long lad. I like the trains. I like how they design the train stations too. Like, it's so nice that they have all this. Like, okay, it's a double-sided train station. You can take the stairs if you need to hop onto the other side. Actually, I wonder, is the inside of the station modeled? I'm kind of curious. Oh my gosh. It is. Why? Why is the inside of the station modeled too? Hold on. Yeah, you got Joke. You got Calpico. Paka. Okay. Some other stuff here that I can't really read because it's kind of hard to see. Mizuho. A lot of drinks. What else is in here? Hold on. Oh yeah, you got like the posters too. I wonder if these have. I wonder if they're like low res because I have DLSS on right now. That's kind of crazy how it's actually. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, they even have the signage too. The guy who made this is way more dedicated than I thought. Okay, what else we got? We got the charge up, the IC charge machine. You got the conductors, or you got the station attendants room, even with like a hearth. Oh, that's so interesting. So instead of like it's got the hearth heater, or like this log heater thing going on. Komori Station. Ah, yes. Legally distinct family mart. I wonder if this is modeled. Okay. I wasn't expecting it to, but it would have been really funny if they did actually model a family mart on the inside, or 7-Eleven. It actually is really well done. And granted, like I said earlier, a lot of it is set dressing because you're not going to see this most part from your car or your train, so you don't care for most of this. Don Q. Yeah, we got Don Key. Maybe as we approach, if maybe one of the later stops is a major city. Let's see. Let's take a quick look. So obviously, yeah, we have the main station here. There is a major city, I think, over there, which we'll be approaching. So let's head over there. I just like how everything is modeled. It's really well done. Because, again, think of it from the perspective of being down here, right? You're going to look around, and you'll see, oh, apartment buildings. Okay. And your mind fills in the rest of the area for you with the remaining buildings. Imagine a game like City Skylines, but it had this function. Back in the olden days, that's what SimCity tried to do with some of their titles. But unfortunately, oh shoot, we're behind. We gotta go. All right. So we were about within 29 seconds. We have about 2 minutes to make it to Hayakawa. That might be a bit of a tall order, but we're gonna try. Also, sorry, one second. I need to quickly tab out and check something. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. But yeah, I think it's a pretty well done game. Sorry, I have to just check something real quick. Okay. Continuing our magical journey through this. Oh shoot, I've not been paying attention. I am over the speed limit again. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to read all the train signals. You might notice the train signal right over there on the left. I know obviously green means go, but there's a bunch of other ones too. Okay, this should be fine now. And we should be able to keep pushing forward as we try to make it on time to Hayakawa. And then Ise, I believe, is the final stop. We're going to crank up to a little bit faster. And then we should... So you don't really have to deal with other trains. They're just kind of there. You'll pass by some trains, but you're not required to like really interact with them for the most part. You just kind of have to... they're just set dressing for the most part. I believe in later updates, the developer is supposedly planning on adding that type of content. Oh, hey, look. Big river. Nice. Yeah, you don't have to worry about train collisions. The game's kind of automatic in that regard. Your entire focus is speed and not crashing. For example, I should probably start braking now. Probably brake a little harder. Probably brake a little harder. YouTube died. What the heck happened? Connect your encoder, start the preview. All right, thanks. Thanks, YouTube. Thank you, Mr. Google. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, oh, there's even like a brake quality. See that little bar next to the speedometer, right? The little bar with the red in the middle. That's your braking like pressure, like the G's that you're pushing. So you want to try to make sure it stays out of the red. All right, we gotta go. All right, hello Hayashi, how are you doing, comrade? Welcome to Trains. All right, we are approaching. Our next stop is Ise, which will take us approximately 2 minutes to get to. Look at all those cars. I am glad that at least they had it like car set dressing going around. It really helps, you know, make it feel more alive. I appreciate that type of detail, right? Maybe we'll add some music to this in a bit. We'll lower the game volume. But yeah, the guy said like, oh yeah, no music, none of that right now. It's not his priority. He didn't have even passengers yet. I believe his plan is to add passengers in a future update, but we'll see how that pans out. Have you ever ridden on a train like this, Hayashi? Would you become a conductor for $20? Back to trust and quizzes. All right, thanks, Antonio. What are you... Wait, how bad is your schoolwork? Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting some... Oh, we're speeding. My points are just dropping quickly. Good luck with your classes. I know how bad those can get. I'm so glad. Oh, is it just this week? Okay. Are you almost free from university? I guess it is finals week, right? I guess it's finals week. Okay, we don't want to... Oh, okay, so we gotta have a smoother break. Okay. Stay here. Midterms. Why is it midterms? It's June. Oh, summer classes. Right, summer classes would be the would cause that, wouldn't it? Okay. Okay, we're gonna approach the breaking point. Slow down a little bit. Gosh, how many of you are dealing with university? Oh, you're planning on going back to university. Ooh. Good luck. Once I finish my master's program, I said I'm done. I'm not coming back. So you are a very brave soul for returning back to academia. That stuff is not easy. That stuff is like just super pain. Second. Okay. So we actually made it like with 10 seconds, I think. Variance? Actually, that's not a bad stop at all. That was a really good stop. Okay, so now we'll depart in about 30 seconds and we'll see if we can make it to the last stop without too much issue. If there's nothing else to do in this game and we kind of get bored, we'll pivot to something else. I just wanted to try something a little more different. Like I said, I think having variety is good for the channel as a whole. It's the masters. Oh, what are you studying? All right, off to Kasugano and then Nogata, which I think Nogata's the final stop on this route. I guess we'll find out. I have no idea if it is or not. I wasn't paying attention to the routes. We should try this in winter, because I believe, obviously, with spring, you see all... They try to make it like, oh, you can see all the sakura and everything, and it's all nice and pretty and pink and very aesthetic. All right, so we're going to make it to has gone on without issue. Let's get 100. Is our speed limit. And we just gotta slow down once we kill additional throttle once we get close. That's fine. Try to hit 100. Or stay underneath it is fine. Ah, okay. I know those people make a lot of money. I've seen the salaries of some of those people, and boy, they make a lot of cash. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. There's a certain subgroup of people that I'm aware of called psychometricians, and I didn't know what they were, but they get paid a lot of money. But apparently all they do is, like, they look at exams, for example, and they try to determine, like, say, is this question too hard or too easy for the people that we're testing? And that is essentially all, like, that's their primary job. And boy, that type of work can easily net you like a starting, like, $90,000 salary. And I'm like, oh boy, they make more than I do, and I'm an accountant. Yeah, fair enough. AI is like one of those things that it's just invading everything, even if you don't want AI. I know Chrome recently is like, oh yeah, we're putting AI in everything, like if in your browser, and they were forcibly downloading an entire language learning model onto your device so you can use Google AI Assistant without having to use, connected to the internet. I'm just like, I don't want this. I want my browser to browse the internet and look at anime art and anime things and VTuber things. I don't need my browser to be like, have you considered doing, looking at this specific, oh shit, I'm a little short. This thing that we want you to look at. Also, hello, Alana. Mod drama art. I saw the thing you were talking about earlier. Holy cow, that was something, all right. I did not realize that Rimworld mod creator drama could be so spicy, I guess is the best way to describe it. All right, I think we're getting ready to part soon. All right. Let's go. It was a tool that would help consolidate parts databases. I think it depends on what you're trying to do. I find a lot of times when I'm trying to do data analytics stuff for what I have to do, it's just easier to dump everything into Excel and then just make a pivot table. Now, granted, for more advanced type of things that maybe you can't use Excel easily, and maybe if you need to present the data to another individual with all the different dimensions that you need, maybe, I guess, AI or AI tools could help you for data analysis rather than, say, creating AI written code that no one else can read. Yeah, I saw that entire thread, and the man was very dedicated, because I think the unfortunate thing, I don't know how bad this is it doesn't a lot of mods rely on, I feel like a lot of mods rely on Harmony, and he's the man behind Harmony, right? So wouldn't this be a bit of an issue when, a lot of these mods are reliant on a very janky code base? Oh, I guess it's open source, so I guess that makes it a little bit easier and less painful. I'm gonna slow down a little more. Come on. I still don't know what the right stopping speed is for this. I think I still gotta figure that out. Just let this roll for like a few more seconds. Okay, then hard brake. And I'm gonna overshoot it. Oh. Alright, overshot it barely. Alright. Overshot it by like not even a meter. Okay, that was okay. Yeah, I think when people say AI, especially when it comes to data analysis, it's just algorithms in the end, so it's generally fine. It's just when you're doing creative work, and yes, coding is creative work, it becomes a little messier and probably not recommended at all. All right, next stop is Takahashi, which I think that might be the final stop. Or sort of exists, but they aren't drop-in replacement. Yeah, that might be a problem then. All right, we're gonna get ready to continue on. All right, 8:30, stop Takahashi. Or sorry, but they aren't dropping replay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because I know the whole thing was about, oh look, we are bringing back, what was the name of the mod? We're bringing back Zombieland, which I know everyone's been like, oh, finally, we've been waiting for Zombieland to come back for a long time. And it's just like, oh, but it's an AI-written disaster. And it's quite a mess, and it's quite ugly. And he's like, I remember looking at the thread. It's like, so anyways, I fed my code into AI, and I fed the AI code back into the AI to help optimize it. And I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing now. We're just It's like Ouroboros eating its own tail. The code will become completely unreadable to humans. And I think that's what's going to end up actually happening, and that's going to be really not an ideal situation for anyone. Yeah, recursive AI code is definitely a thing that I guess you can do. Is it a recommended thing? Probably not. I think I might have started braking too early. Okay, we're going to slow down a little bit more. Turn off our brakes. Just kind of coast along until we get close. Okay, I'm going to slow down a little more. Slow down a little more. Just gonna ease into that 100 meters from here. Oh my gosh, wait, this station's really well modeled. Holy cow. Can I look at the station? Wait, I really want to just look at this station. I love looking at stations. Hold on. I want to see this one with my own two eyes. Okay. Alright, nice. We did it. Okay. Oh, there's another stop after this. Okay, hold on. Before we do that, I wanna look at this stop. Look at the station. Wow. It's really well done. Okay, hold on. So obviously you can't go in from this side. There's no crossing. So the nearest road crossing is where, actually? All the way here. Okay. Because it's a 4... Okay, because here's your... Let's see. This looks like a depot. No, it's like a bypass. Okay, this is like a bypass area, and then here's the main line. Oh wait, how much of it is actually modeled? Oh, I can't go in there. No, it doesn't let me go inside. How tragic. Oh, I have been denied my birthright of going through a window or going up that stairs. The man pointed out all the other problems with AI, and he was not responding to you when you point out that he's why he can't afford his mods now, and he has a Galton player Luddite. I think people who are really into AI will basically think anyone who doesn't like to use AI is a Luddite, because they're so convinced that AI is the way of the future that if you refuse to use AI, then you're just refusing to advance with the times or something like that. Let's take a look at the vending machine. Okay, so hold on. We stopped over here, right? By the way, again, look at how well the train is just modeled. It's so well done. It is so well done. Okay, so you hop off onto this platform. Hey, look, it's an ad for the game in the game. Crazy. Newspaper, magazines, cans, bottles, drinks. Yeah, so you can hop out, grab your green tea in 15 seconds, 140 yen. How long will that last? Who knows? Got your royal milk tea and all these other things. Platform 3. I'm trying to see what else what other details they got right. Nogata. Suzume no Miya. Okay. What do we got here? What does this side look like? Oh, wait, hold on. There's an actual station building. Oh, yeah, look at that. Taxi, parking here. General parking here. Drive on left. Bus is here. You can drive around here. This would be your drop-off, and then you'd hop back in. Then you can continue the main drive around the loop. That's pretty well done, actually, yeah. It's kind of... I'm more kind of surprised that, like, the development of this area, like, actually goes all the way back down to the farmlands here, because realistically, how are you going to see this? Right? Like, it's nice that it's made, but how are you ever going to, like, actually see this from your train? We're not even done with the train yet. Like, there's still a few more stops, I think. Like, if my understanding is correct, we will have to go... Okay, so we're there, right? We'll need to travel along that route all the way. There's another station over there. You can kind of tell because there's cherry blossom. We probably end up in that major city in that corner there. All right, let's try it. Let's continue. All right. We depart in about 30 seconds? Wow, I actually am making really good time. I'm impressed with how good I am, apparently, at being on time. Okay. But yeah, I think it's just crazy. This whole thing. I wanted to use Zombieland when I heard it came back, but then I saw all the comments and I'm like, I don't know if I want to use Zombieland anymore. I was like, oh, this is the wrong way to approach Zombieland. What a shame. All right. We have to go 2 kilometers to Suzume-nomiya, and then Kanamori is the final stop. And then we'll try the short route again, because I don't think we did the short route properly, and I'd like to give the short route a second chance at shining. So yeah, again, it's a little bit of a shame that Brains went... I'm not going to say he went off the deep end. I don't think that's appropriate, but it is a shame that he's very much into the AI type deal. Despite the fact that I know some people are like really into AI and they trust it to do everything, but, you know, I think AI's got its place in maybe algorithmic sorting of data sets. I don't think it has any place to do where you need human input to make sure something's not going to break down in half, right? So coding, artwork, that's all places you definitely don't want AI in. If you're just telling an algorithm to go read, you know, this giant stack of data and tell me, hey, what does this mean? That's fine. I don't care. I took a class, a seminar on using Microsoft Copilot in Microsoft Excel work, and I have come to the conclusion that Microsoft Copilot sucks and is literally hot doo-doo and is hot garbage. Let me take a look. I think there is a smaller route we can take. I don't know if there's like a full dedicated rural route that we can try, but we'll take a look. I'm gonna slow down. I just realized that that station is approaching very, very quickly. Tsugi wa teisha. Tsugi wa Suzume-nomiya, Suzume-nomiya, Odenji ga. I don't actually know what is the left side. I should probably look up the script that the train conductor's saying. Let me look that up after we make the stop. I actually don't know the exact script. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it in time. We gotta brake harder. Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm so good at this. Okay. Let me see what the actual train conductor script is, because I do not know it off the top of my head. Let's see. A lot of these are like at the station, but not actually on the train. We depart in about 10 seconds. Okay. Okay. Surprised somebody comment running train on my ass. I mean, we don't have a lot of people that are really making lewd jokes here. We're all very normal adults who like being mature and saying mature things instead of making dirty jokes, right? Oh, okay. It's like Mamonaku station. It's like some Mamonaku Kanamori Odeguchi wa Hidari desu. Hidari gawa desu. I think that's how it works. Hidari gawa desu or migi gawa desu. Hidari migi. Yeah, I think that's correct, because Deguchi is exit. I am a very mature streamer. I am a very mature streamer who would never... Oh shit, I gotta kill my power. Oh wait, no, okay, no, we're fine. Okay, let's speed up. Yeah, we play only the finest quality video games here on this channel. Oh my gosh, why did the speed limit crater to 65? I was not paying attention. Why is the speed limit flying all over the place? Holy moly. Okay, we really gotta slow down. Holy cow, when did it drop to 65? Why is it 45? Oh my gosh, I'm losing so many points because I didn't pay attention to the speed limit. No, this is not video. This is an actual game. Hello, Dave. How are you? No, this is a real game. I am controlling this properly. This is not just videotape footage. It is actually just a Unreal Engine 5 video game made by one developer trying to make a very pretty looking experience for everyone. We've been thunderstruck. Hello, Storm of Seas and Xander Turing. How are you doing, Cameron? How was your stream? I can't do the shout out thingy because I'm a little busy, but if a mod can do it real fast, that'd be great. While we approach this. Mamonaku Kanamori Odeguchi wa Migi desu. I think it's Migi. I think it's left, right? Is it left or right? Hidari Migi. If it's left, it'd be Hidari. Let me do the shout out once we oh shoot, I did not go far enough. How do I restart my train? Rating kill because power surge killed your stream. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate it very much, Xander. I would do the shout out if I could, but I cannot do that right now while I'm in the middle of this. Once I park, once we break. I think that's how it works, right? Like, I wish I could do the voice. I don't have the capacity to do the voice very well. Anyways, how was your stream? What were you playing? I'm kind of curious. Welcome to Running Train, a game about a train. It's literally just a game where you ride a train, or you control, you're the conductor of a train as you go through a Japanese railway system that one guy made. Ooh, this is a nice station. Oh, you're doing a Nuzlocke, aren't you doing a Nuzlocke? Overshot it. I overshot it by 1 meter. You gotta be kidding me. All right, hold on. Okay, but I was only 4 seconds late. Okay, let me do the shout out thingy. Shout out Xander Turing. Also, hello Kahil, how are you doing? I see you over there too. Welcome to Funny Train Game. I think that's it, right? I think we're at Kanamori now. Hold on. Press B to end the scenario automatically. No, I wanted to go explore more. No, don't let me leave. Okay, here we go. All right, well, let's take a look at the last station. I'm kind of curious. Hold on. So the last station, Kanamori. What do we got here? Okay, that I'm not sure if I should be able to see that. Why am I allowed to look at the joint? Okay, well, what do we got? So here's the end of the line. We made it to Kanamori. All the way from there. This is essentially like their big, medium-sized city, Japan design. Realistically, this will obviously be a lot more buildings, but in a video game, you can only do so much. The station itself is... I mean, the platforms themselves are kind of nice. Let's see. This is about what I would expect out of something like Shizuoka or something like that. Yeah, it's the same vending machine asset. You got your bins, you got a few chairs, siding track. Yeah, welcome to City, Japan. Let's see here. It's actually quite nice, yeah, because based on what I'm seeing here, right, so you can... Okay, so based on what I'm understanding, like, this is the main station building, right? So you can probably... You would hop on, you know, from here... inside this building, you can buy your tickets, whatnot, and then pass through, and then you can end up in, you take one of these bridgeways to get to your platform that you need to be on, and that's basically how it is. I keep thinking, like, these platforms are not, if you're in a wheelchair, you could not use this. like realistically, if you're in a wheelchair, this is inaccessible to you for the most part. Like, there's probably like a few elevators, but it would be like there's like maybe one entire elevator for the entire thing. Actually, let's see if they modeled the elevator. I am kind of curious if they modeled it. Okay, but it's not a Nuzlocke. Okay, just regular fire red. Gotcha. Let's see. They usually only have one elevator at like one end of the platform. Let's see over here. They modeled the elevator. I actually want to know if they actually put an elevator. Oh, they did! Wow, look at that. There is actually an elevator here. That's impressive. Where does it... Okay, hold on. Where actually does this line go if you were to continue forward? Hold on. I want to see. You can't see it. We can't see it ourselves, but let's see. How far does this go? Oh, okay. Interesting. It actually does terminate into like a forest. So if you kept going, you'd crash into a mountain. I want to see what's on the other side of this. Okay, so it's just the empty fields. There's a lot of like weirdly modeled fields out here. All right, shall we try a different route? I kind of want to try a different route now. Let's see. This is really cool. I actually like this a lot. I hope this game's not too boring again. I know it's a little different, but I hope it's at least somewhat fun and enjoyable. All right, let's unpause the game. All right, let's try. Oh, wow. Let's take a look at my score. Okay, I got a D. I mean, a D is not an F, so that's a good score, right? Actually, for the most part, aside from the earliest ones, I actually was generally on time. Oh wait, no, just kidding. Actually, yeah, once I got past the earliest ones where I was super delayed by like 30 seconds for arrival, I actually did manage to bring down the variance. Like, I was actually arriving early. It's actually not that bad. This is actually really good. Fun fact, you learned to NY pick up a trade for Japan trade where they look in point stripe pattern. Oh, yeah, I remember reading something about that too. It's actually really interesting how a lot of Americans, you know, especially a lot of other train systems take from Japan because of how well and how efficient they are. So that's why they have like a visual indicator that knows exactly where they need to stop. It's quite nice. Okay, so that was this route here, the Nagara to Kanamori. Now we could go the opposite way. We could try we could try a night run. Hello, Comrade Havel, how are you? Or we could do another day run, but we can go the opposite way from Kanamori to Nagara. Or we could do the short line here. This orange line will take us from the towns of Takahashi to Ise. Let's try. Well, let's do a morning run. Let's see. Only takes 12 minutes. Femboys taking D's would be a good raid message for this stream. I am not going to type that. I refuse. For one, I am not a femboy. That is not what I am. Alright, why don't we do a short run in the... Let's do a morning rush hour run. We'll do Ise to Takahashi. So that will be going from east to west in the morning. Okay, so we don't have any one-car things. We have two-car short stacks at most. Why don't we try the KR5000? I think that one looks kind of nice, and we'll pick a nice color scheme. Kind of like that white and red. Tired, been suffering from insomnia and just not sleeping well in general. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon, Apple. We can turn off the UI. Oh, you can turn off the UI for bonus points. Alright. Let's try this out. I think this might be fine. Well, they actually tell you a lot of the stats. Okay, so deceleration. Manual lap, air brake, straight air brake. Let's try this one. The KR5000. If I don't like this train, we'll come back to main menu. Alright. Let's try this. I want to see the funny train moving as well as it can. Okay. This game it's quite nice. $20. I tell you what, if you have 20 bucks, throw this man a bone. Okay. Is this train a lot prettier to look at from the inside? Hold on. Is there one where I have the full front cabin? Hold on. I want to see if there's a train where I have the full front cabin. I don't know. I don't know the interiors of the trains very well, and the game's not really giving me a good way to view the interiors from outside of the being loaded in. So I want to see if there's one that has like a much wider front cabin so I can kind of see everything. Kind of like the one on the left there instead of the one on the right. Maybe it's not available on this line. We might have to try the other line. Okay. You know what always helps me go to sleep? Unironic. I did not mean to go here. I meant to go to main menu. You know what helps me sleep? Watching YouTube videos. That's probably not a healthy thing to do. Don't do that. It's probably not healthy. Ray would probably be like, how dare you use YouTube as a way to go to sleep and do... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, you can actually edit the textures of the train, too. That's kind of sick. Alright, let's try this again. So we're going to try the Fukugawa line from... Oh, actually, wait. Let's try this Morning Dawn line. Let's try this one. This might be interesting. Okay, no. This line doesn't have any of the trains I'm thinking of. Yeah. Okay, got it. So this was basically as wide as we're gonna get. All right, we'll try this 3-car train. We'll do an early morning run. Oh, you can actually do different. Wait, let's do an early morning heavy rain spring run. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Let's try that. Ooh. Uma train when? I mean, what would you do for an Uma train? What does that even involve? It's if not but the 3-hour videos about Game Face. I used to watch those a lot. I think it's really funny because a lot of content creators nowadays realize a lot of people like using their videos. Oh my gosh. Oh, they weren't kidding when they said rain. Okay. They weren't kidding. All right, we depart in about a minute. Okay. So poor fans on how you can't donate people you watch streams of. It's okay. I think, remember, even if you can't give your favorite content creator money, I think they just appreciate you being there and watching their content, because that in itself is a way of supporting them. It's not but 3 hour, but I used to watch a lot of those 3-hour like sleeping videos of like, oh, like, did you know gaming? I think is one of the ones that I used to watch a lot of. I know a lot of content creators make 3-hour compilations of like, say they have a series, right? I know Ambiguous Amphibian does this, and it's like, you know, maybe spread over 3 or 4 episodes. He makes like a super cut of those 20-minute episodes into like one big, you know, hour and a half, 3-hour long video, so that you can watch it and fall asleep. Like, this is like it's like a legitimate strategy for content creators who have episodic series like that, because someone will fall asleep to them, and because they're being fell asleep to, the metrics on those videos look insane, right? Because it essentially means you have near 100% watch time for some of those people who are watching those videos, and that's really, really good for your metrics. Let's turn on our headlights. We do have a wiper, by the way. I'm not sure if the wiper does anything, but we'll see if it does. All right, here we go. Let's go take our wacky tacky train. I think it's the same thing we were on last time. Oh yeah, it's the same one we were running last time. All right. Oh shoot, I'm already going too fast. Be fine. We're gonna be speeding up soon, so we're just gonna go here. Ah, we're already approaching Okomachi in about 500 meters. This is not a very long track at all. Holy cow. 48-hour AFK. Oh gosh. Isn't that what Lurky does? Doesn't she just do a lot of sleeping Rimworld streams where it's just like she just leaves the game open with some automated stuff going on? I know, didn't you make like the mod that also like help adjust the events for that? I remember seeing that and I was like, is this what the people like now? Sleeping Rimworld streams? Why, while I myself could never really pull that type of thing off. I can see the appeal, I guess. Oh, I forgot to read the script. I gotta read the script. Mamonaku Okamachi Okamachi. Oh shoot, I gotta brake. Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? I might not make it. Oh, we gotta speed up just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna brake hard here. Please let me be there just enough. Oh my goodness, I'm not. You've gotta be kidding me. I'm short by 4 meters. Okay, so I am late by about 15 seconds. That's not too bad. We're making it. We're okay. All right, we just gotta wait until we're ready to leave again. What is the script for this again? I'm trying to remember how it goes. It's like tsugi wa, because tsugi means next, so it's something like, well, mamonaku's soon or shortly. So I think it's like oh, we gotta move. It's like mamonaku. Oh yeah. What is the right way to say it? Mamonaku kitami odeguchi wa migi desu. Oh no, migi gawa desu. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I remember like the way it works is like it's like mamonaku station odeguchi wa hidari gawa desu. You know, that type of thing. And then I think the craziest thing is, if you've ever listened to like a Japanese train announcement on like a major line, they will announce every single line that the next station that you're going to will allow you to transfer to. Because I remember like when I would take the Chuo main line and the Chuo line, and you know, it goes east to west in Tokyo, and you'll be like, you know, the next stop is Shinjuku, and then you can transfer, you can stop at this station to transfer to the everything else is the Shinjuku would stop at, like say the bloody I'm blanking out on the name of the big loop, the Yamanote, for example. I don't know why I couldn't remember the Yamanote. Wow, this actually is a really nice station. This one's a little bit more rurally, well, it's not quite rural, but it's a lot more, actually this is kind of rural. Shoot, am I gonna make it? Hold on, I want to point out something about this station. Hold on, we're gonna this is a one-line route. I mean, it's like, it's literally just, it goes like left to right and that's it. It's not one of those double lane train tracks. It's just literally this straight one. Grandma Mail? What do you mean Grandma Mail? Sorry, I just saw that, Kahila. Wait, what else is here? Hold on. Is this oh, this is a school, I think. Yeah, you got a track. So, okay, so we got a high school. I don't know what these numbers mean. 1, 2, 6, 4. Maybe that means something. Maybe it's not something on the asset. I don't know. What else we got here? You got the track. You got a beautiful train line. You got a nice road. I love... Okay. I am a sucker for just how thin these roads are. Just look at it. It's so nice. Like, all the buildings are so close together. You would never be able to pull this off in the United States because everyone wants to have a nice big fat lawn in their houses. Which makes sense because, I mean, if you have pets, you want them to be able to go to the park and you got kids. But if you're just looking for condensed, like, housing, wow, it's it's quite nice. Oh yeah, and then here's like where all the buildings start to clip into the ground because it's not necessary for you, the player, to see it. But regardless, it is quite pretty. I like how they even have the giant power lines too. All right, let's go back. Let's continue our magical journey. I gotta pee soon. Oh wait, hold on. Before we do this, I actually want to look at. I want to look at the station. Oh, I forgot to look at the station real quick. Yep. Okay. Stop for emergency. SOS emergency button. 1 lane. Like everything else, there's like a bajillion vending machines, although the assets are the same in each of these, which is fine. Exit. Yeah, because there's no attendance, so it's basically more or less this honor system of making sure you tap your IC card on this correctly. Okay. You know, it's actually funny. So there's... Okay, so I'm a sucker for weird tycoon games. There was actually a tycoon game... Oh, shoot. Am I... Yeah, we gotta keep going. I'm a sucker for weird tycoon games. There's a tycoon game that I've been playing occasionally. I just kind of keep it open in the background on my PC. It's literally a vending machine tycoon title. It's not perfect. I think it's called like Dokkan Vending Machine. But you basically you plop down vending machines in various corners and alleys in a, you know, in like a vaguely East Asian, Chinese, Korean, Japanese mix design. And you sell things, and you make like little areas, like, oh, you can sit down here to eat your food or whatnot, and it's very, very unique. The world could use more nice, although it kind of presents itself a little bit more like an idle game more than anything. Oh shoot, we got to slow down to 20? Alright, well, I think we can slow down slowly. We don't have to slow down right away. Okay. We gotta slow down even more. We gotta slow down even more. Okay, I think I slowed down too early. Am I gonna make time? 間もなく左右お出口は左側です I think that's correct. No, I was wrong. It's on the left side, not the right side. Alright. I tried. Yeah, this is surprisingly difficult to maintain the correct braking pattern, and I'm pretty sure if you were riding on this train, you would be flying forward and backwards like you're in a Final Fantasy 14 cutscene, and I overshot. Oh, I did not overshoot. Holy cow, I'm so good at this. And I was only late by about 10 seconds. I am the best. Alright, we'll get ready for the next one. I like how they have the little timetable right there. Right there. If only I could zoom in on that. Oh yeah, we should probably turn the wiper on with this heavy rain. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll try a different train. I don't like this train very much. I think the main reason is that I don't get to see much looking at the side. You're kind of just like, oh yeah, it's there. Oh, we gotta get ready to depart. All right, onwards and outwards, shall we? I like how even the dials are glow in the dark. That's a cute little detail. I'm excited. I keep telling Ray, like, oh, look at this thing that I want to go to. I want to go do this thing. I want to go do this thing. I want to go do this thing. And she's just like, okay, fine. Sometimes I wonder how Ray willingly puts up with my nonsense. I wish I knew. I don't know how, but she does, and I appreciate her tenacity for putting up with my eclectic desires for travel shenanigans. I hope if you have a travel partner, your travel partner also is willing to put up with your wacky, tacky adventures. Okay. Oh, I think we have to keep the brake at max. Is that going to be enough? Let's see. I have the brake at max speed. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Oh boy. Please? Oh, I overshot. How far did I overshoot? 50. Oh my gosh, I overshot by 10 meters. All right. Fix this real quick. Okay, kill that. Brake hard. All right, much better. All right. That's not too bad. Our score point is still really bad. We have a few more stops left because again, this is supposed to be a 16-minute adventure, but it's starting to turn into a bit of a disaster. I need to use the restroom really badly. All right, we will use the restroom once we have completed our route. Oh my gosh. Speaking of train stuff, I have seen apparently there's an entire store, at least based on some YouTube videos and short form video content I've seen. Entire store you can just buy like keychains that if you press a button, it'll play like that station's jingle. And I don't know, I'm a sucker for this type of stuff. I'm so sorry that your Professor VTuber who likes playing strategy games is also a weird nut about infrastructure. What's wrong with me? Why am I into this type of stuff? I keep talking about this, but I like tycoon games a lot, and I'm of the opinion one of the most overlooked genres for tycoon games is an airport simulator. I'm not talking about a... Oh shoot, I'm in the wrong mode. I'm not talking about like running an airline. I mean just straight up designing an airport. I mean, you're free to tell me what's wrong with me. Rave tells me a lot about what's wrong with me anyways, so I will understand. Oh, I braked too early. We gotta keep moving forward a little bit more. I'm gonna overshoot this by about a little bit. Surprisingly going really slow. I wonder why. Okay, let's slow this down. Okay, we'll just maintain 14 because I don't want to go any faster than this. Okay, come on. Oh, I'm already late. Already late. Okay, start applying our brakes. Harder. 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 Okay, just let it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Hard brake. Okay, there we go. Yeah, firmly grasp that brake. You know, you can actually see yourself on this. Hold on, let me show you. You are a person. I think. Yeah, you can see right there. You are generic male. It's great. Hi Zoingo, how are you doing? Thanks for the resub. I appreciate it very, very much. 13 months is crazy. Hopefully you enjoyed your time being a moderator for a very, very wacky-tacky professor who is a little bit of a silly goober. How are you doing, Zoingo? Am I liking the train game? I think it's fun. There's no music, there's no passengers, there's no jingles. I have to kind of make it up myself. I almost considered having the entire train jingle list on the side of my side monitor, but if I click out of the game, it mutes the game, which is really, really annoying, so I can't really do that. Unless you want me to play it on my phone and then play it through my microphone, which is also kind of annoying in an alternative way. Gotta slow down. Start slowing down a little bit. You need to add a PDF viewer on your 8th or wait for you to download Adobe apps. Download Foxit Reader. Foxit Reader, I think, is the one that most people use if they don't want to use Adobe. I have Foxit Reader on my phone. I think Google Chrome should actually be a PDF reader as well. Yeah, so it's very early in development. Is the main thing to keep in mind. Am I gonna make this? This is the terminus stop. Come on, come on. Just inch a little bit more. Just, oh my goodness, I undershot it. I undershot it by like 1.7 meters. All right. Oh, speaking of backrooms, yeah, I forgot to mention this. Me and Ray actually did go see the backrooms because she asked me if I wanted to watch a movie, and I'm like, yeah, I want to see backrooms. I've been wanting to watch it. We got through part of the movie, and I leaned over to Ray, and I'm like, this movie is just Persona 4. I was like, this is just Persona. Instead of a TV, it's just a wall, but it's the same exact mechanics. I thought it was hilarious. Wait, I want to explore this final station real quick. Doing well enough worse than other things. So, Boogeyman Auditor. Ooh, the auditors. I love auditors. Are fun. You have to actually pretend like you care about what you're doing and you're not there to make mistakes. Hopefully, your auditor is being nice. Wow, I like this station. This Issei station is nice. It's very simple. Yeah, because you have this. You got the entry gates, exit gates. You have all this here. Yeah, this is very nice. I just love how it's all well modeled. Oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, there's the big Issei station, I think. Yeah, that has all the other platforms. Ooh. Yeah. Japanese stations are very interesting too, because like this, once you this one doesn't have the overhead bridges, so you have to literally just walk off the platform and then cross when it's appropriate to cross over. And then you can either make it to the other, building with the overhead bridge, over rail bridge, or find some other way to cross. It's very interesting design. It's quite nice. I actually like this. Where does the terminus of this end? Let's see. So I think we came from that way. So we should check out this way. I think it's the end of the line. 82 million on. Yeah, I saw how much it made. The guy is basically going to never be short of work for indie horror for the rest of his life. The only problem is, I think, I'm not sure how they're going to do a Backrooms 2. I'll talk about it in a second. I do need to use the restroom really badly, so hold on. Let's see, unpause. And then, let's see. How do I... I need to use the restroom. Can I let it just sit here without issue, or is it gonna cause a problem? Oh wait, I can just change this on the fly. That's kind of nutty. Okay. Alright, I need to use the restroom for a bit, so I will leave you with the calming noise of the storm. Let's maybe change the weather a little bit. Okay, I'll be right back. You can have like some light rain. I'll return in a moment. Sorry. And then we can talk about the movie. really want to use a different train. We're gonna try a different train instead of this one. But yeah, I think the main problem is that Hollywood is gonna look at this and be like, instead of going like, oh yeah, we need to try out, we're just gonna make a franchise out of the Backrooms and make a bajillion sequels instead of trying to come up with anything original. That's how it's gonna happen. I guarantee it. That's how it always works. To be fair, I think there is a lot of potential, and he's already got a YouTube franchise essentially out of this because he was doing YouTube beforehand and essentially doing it for like, what, 3-something years? And now he's got a movie? Oh yeah, it's kind of nice. Hello there. Please, English. I don't know how to, let me plug this into a translator. Okay. I do not know how to speak Russian.
Я не умею говорить по-русски.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Thing is, Backrooms is entirely indie, so Hollywood. I mean, it is indie, but you know how Hollywood is. They're like, oh my gosh, we can make money out of this. It's gonna be crazy, because all they care about is how much money they can milk out of it. We're gonna do the main line again, but we're gonna do, I think we did Nagara to Kanamori, so we're gonna do the reverse. And we're gonna try doing the, let's see here. Let's try a daytime, let's try a early morning winter run from Kanamori to Nagara, so essentially the opposite direction. And then we're gonna try, let's see here. I don't like any of these. I think we were using the HR 1500. Wait, do the trains, oh, wait, hold on. Do the trains change on the route? It's mostly the same. I guess it is mostly the same on each route. Maybe okay, hold on. Let's do this one. Let's do the limited express from Kanamori to Nagara. This one gives us access to the DC 8500, which is a much bigger vehicle. Ooh, I kind of like this one. Let's try this one. We'll do winter, and we'll do a blizzard. Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll do a blizzard run. I want to see how if the weather effects are gonna break my PC in half. Let's see. Sorry, I don't speak Russian. I only speak English. I speak some Japanese, and I can understand some Tagalog, but other than that, it's basically English, primarily. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed Backrooms. I don't remember if Ray said she liked it, but we kind of were talking, like, doing some theorizing after the film ended, just kind of like, alright, what do we think about what was going on? But overall, I thought the movie was great. I thought it was fun. It was very much, it is the type of movie horror movie I enjoy. High tension, low jump scare. I find jump scares to be incredibly boring, and this is basically a Shinkansen. It's a limited express, but the trains are very Shinkansen reminiscent. And I was like, this is just Persona 4. Literally, I told Ray, as soon as, what's his name? Charles, started, like, pushing his hand through the wall, and I was like, this is just Persona. Yeah, it was too similar. Wow, this is a really loud train. I'm gonna lower it a little bit. That's way louder than I thought it was gonna be. Let's crank this down. Yeah, I think this one is a diesel vehicle. I believe this one's diesel, or it might be a hybrid. So we gotta crank up to 80. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if there's a way we can check. It doesn't seem to be attached to the power lines above. Okay, bring the throttle back to neutral for now, as we try to handle our speed. But I do see a smokestack right there, so it could be diesel. I wouldn't know where the engine would be. I guess on the bottom, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can see the tanks. Yeah, I think you can see the tanks. This is very much a diesel vehicle. Alright, so we are going to drive and pass through Suzume-nomiya, and then we'll proceed to Takahashi, which is our main destination, as we cruise at a cool 33 until we're given the go-ahead. In about 100 meters, we're going to crank this bad boy up to 120. Oh yeah, I know, I get it. It is quite nice though. Look, listen, I like. It is pretty. Like, hold on. Look at this. Look at this area. I love the snow. Like the weather effects in this are so pretty. All right, let's crank it up. Listen to that roar, that rumble. Let's see. Is there anything else I should look at? Okay, so here's us. Here's our passengers. We got all this. If the game's too loud, let me know. I know it is quite loud, especially because we're in a diesel vehicle now. Oh, I gotta slow down already. Capping at 85 as we enter the pass. We're just gonna turn off our power, so don't add any more. We'll just keep it nice and easy. There we go. Perfect. Slow down a little bit. Okay, there we go. And once we pass this station, we'll be able to crank up again and keep moving. But anyways, yeah, if you haven't seen Backrooms, I actually do recommend it. I actually had a lot of fun with Backrooms. I think it's one of the more interesting horror films that I've seen this year. It's not everyone's cup of tea, probably. I think there's like, oh, that's right, I forgot this weekend I have to go watch the stupid Amazing Digital Circus film. I forgot I had this planned for Saturday. Holy cow, that's gonna be a mess. Oh. The joke was, what's more hell? Like, waiting to watch the Amazing Digital Circus finale on YouTube, or watching it in a room full of other Amazing Digital Circus fans? And I'm like, oh my god, that's so true. I don't want to be in a room with other people watching that movie, but I'm not gonna have a choice. Should go down. All right, yeah, I figured it seemed a little loud. I think this engine's a little too cranky. Let's just crank this down like maybe 17. That should be fine. We're gonna cut the volume in half. Yeah, diesels are very loud. I wish you could change the volume per train. Okay, this should be fine now. All right, we're now in the correct speed limits. Now we're just gonna keep coasting at a cool 90. All right, once we get to the next station, I do kind of want to take a peek. There we go. That's nice. All right, we'll just kind of coast at 85, and we should be Gucci. So, anyways, yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I was eating some pretzels while I was watching that movie, and it was a good time. I find jump scare horror to be not fun. I do not like jump scare horror. I like high tension horror a lot more, and so that's where I was like, okay, this move, like, Backrooms excels at making you just feel tense the whole time, rather than trying to scare you with like, oh, here's the entity and it's about to go smack this man's booty cheeks in the worst way possible. And that's kind of like what I think makes for a decent film. Mamonaku Takahashi. Origuchi wa hidari gawa desu. I think that's how it goes. Slow down a little bit. Okay, let's slow down. We're approaching very quickly. Let's kill the brake. I want to coast there. There, we should be fine. Actually, the other funny thing I will say about Backrooms is, I don't know if anyone ever I'm probably like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably the person here who watches the most amount of movies. Well, I do watch a lot of films. And the other thing about Backrooms that caught my attention was this movie felt like it was a Jordan Peele film. If you don't know who Jordan Peele is, he's a comedian, was a comedian who became a film director and producer who specializes primarily in horror films. I am delayed by 30 seconds. I am super late on this. And so, Jordan Peele has a very distinct, I guess, filmography style, where it's very high tension. A lot of storytelling involves like a lot of like stills, B-rolls, and just like that high tension, like what the heck is happening type vibe. Very similar to what was going on in Backrooms. And so I was like, wow, this movie, if you told me this movie was directed by Jordan Peele, I would have completely believed you. He went from comedian to horror films. Most notably, it reminded me a lot of Nope and Us. You're having pretzel sticks, hand-breaded chicken nuggets, and a cherry shake. Man, that sounds amazing, actually. Yeah. Actually, what's funny was the Canadian theater that I went to was actually cheaper than my local theater, where they charge you an arm and a leg because the prices kept going up. I got a cup of pretzel bites, a nacho cheese dip cup, and a beverage for like $11 US, where in the US the pretzel bites have gone up to like $10 by themselves, and not to mention the drinks. I usually just sneak a drink into the theater because I'm one of those types of people. Yeah, I'm gonna sneak food into the theater because I don't want to pay for it. Yeah, Peele has a very nice filmography. I enjoy his movies quite a bit. Yeah, Amazing Digital Circus is like, I've been very excited for it, mostly because I want to be done with seeing the franchise. I think Gooseworks is unfortunately done with Amazing Digital Circus 2, where she does not want to interact with the community ever again because of how they've been behaving, which is really sad, I think. But at the same time, I completely understand why she no longer wishes to interface with the fandom ever again. Because boy, I too would not want to be part of a fandom that wants to keep harassing me for not, you know, focusing on their specific character that they enjoy more than the characters that the main plot actually demands more attention of. I think the biggest complaint is that Amazing Digital Circus has a huge focus on Pomni and Jax, and I'm like, well, Pomni's literally the main character, and Jax is basically like the foil to Pomni. So I totally understand why she's like, yeah, I'm done here, bye. Yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna be there, ground zero, reporting on the chaos and the damages that's gonna be unfolding. If I perish, I want you all to remember me. Remember that I once lived. Remember us. Remember me. Whatever Emmett Silk says at the end of Shadowbringers. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna slow down harder. Oh my gosh, I really have this speed limiting. I don't know how to like get to the speed limit faster. Oh my gosh, I'm over speed limit. Alright, there we go, we should be fine. Okay. Could be Gucci here. Okay. Wow, spoilers. Yeah, spoilers for a X-Pac for an MMO that most people should have played by this point. We're being surprised about how violent the fandom is. Watch the episode and move on. I mean, that's kind of me too. I like reading the YouTube comments about the episodes, but beyond that, yeah, I would not recommend going to interact with the fandom as a whole. I think that's just kind of the way with net animation, is like you have to be very careful about like who you interact with. Because people will get very, very like defensive about their opinions and all that jazz. I mean, heck, look at Hazbin Hotel. Hazbin Hotel is like a whole different experience on its own. I actually like Hazbin Hotel. I did not watch Hazbin Hotel when it first came out until Ray was like, you should watch Hazbin Hotel. And I'm like, okay, fine, let's watch an episode. And then I was like, okay, fine, this is actually not bad. I was like, okay, maybe they're onto something here. Maybe Vizzy pops onto something. Yes, hello, Gahil. We're talking about net animations while I drive our funny train. A test of your reflexes. I can't say the words the way they say it. I actually like. I've been listening to some of the English dub of Final Fantasy. It's quite nice. I like Emmett's voice. It's like very haughty. Yeah, it's a little higher pitched than I was expecting, but it's actually very fitting for him. We're gonna speed up a little bit as we try to approach the 120 speed limit. We got 1.6 kilometers until Hayakawa, which is a pass-through as well. Tatsy fandoms, I just don't want to go. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think it's one of those things you just kind of want to see in theaters just for the finale. I think we're gonna see a lot more shows do finales, like, in theaters if they can justify it. I don't know if anyone watches The Boys, but The Boys did their finale also in theaters. Was it a good idea? You know, that's subjective. Let's just say The Boys. I don't know if anyone watches The Boys. It sure was a finale that exists. Was it a very good finale? You know, it depends on your interpretation of good, but it definitely was a finale that existed. I was dedicated to watching The Boys for 5 years. Let's just say I made a very, very long rant on a friend Discord server about how that ending was a waste of 5 years. And I'm like, I just got Game of Thrones again for the second time, and this can't keep happening to me. How does this keep happening to me? Well, here's the thing. People generally know that The Boys comic is a very much a hate piece against superheroes. It's a spite fic against superheroes and superhero media. But I think the TV show, especially in the early seasons, was doing a really good job of kind of deconstruct, not just like as a spite fic, but like also like kind of deconstructing the hero genre and, you know, what it would be like if superheroes existed in real life, type of thing. But towards the end, it kind of just devolved into like cock jokes and just, like other weird degeneracy bits and pieces that I'm not really going to go into. And they threw away a lot of major plot elements, I think because they had canceled one of the spin-off series, and one of the spin-off series characters shows up in the main series. People were expecting her to become extremely relevant, and then they were just like, haha, just kidding, you should go to Canada, and then they were never heard from ever again. It was so dumb. I was like, what was the point? And they're also preparing a lot of, like, they're preparing for like their, what's it called, their prequel series, and I think a sequel series. Like, I'm not even joking, they're planning on making The Boys Mexico as like a sequel, and I'm like, but why? Why are we having a boys series set in Mexico? A lot of the boys also kind of anti-king. I mean, to be fair, that's kind of, the villain was super anti basically everything. He kind of, like, the main villain started to turn into a parody of ultra-conservative Americanism, especially trying to draw a lot of similarities to a certain someone in a major political office I'm not going to get into, and that's kind of where it was kind of going, which is definitely a way to take it, I guess. I was, again, just more mad that the ending was like, okay, so I spent all this time hoping this show was going to get good, or at least the final season was going to get good, because I think it started strong, then it just kind of went downhill, and I was like, wow, this sucks. And I was very annoyed. So, that's kind of my opinion on The Boys. So, and they actually had their finale in theaters, and now I get to see if the Amazing Digital Circus ending is going to be good. But I heard the final episode Brazilian dub leaked on the internet, and some people started watching the finale, and people were like, wow, this is a bad ending, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you know what, I'll make my own, you know, opinion when I ultimately go watch it, right? Like, that's gonna be how I see it. Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be bad? We'll see. You know, I don't know. I'm hoping it'll be good. That's all I can really say. I've been invested in this show basically since episode 1 aired way back in like 2023, and I will say I think it was a very fun ride the whole time, so I'm excited to just finally be done with it. And then I get to go figure out what's gonna be my next TV show obsession. I'm already watching Invincible. What's next? You know. Oh yeah, no, it was a long time. I overshot the station. Alright, how badly did I overshoot it? Oh my god, I overshot it by a lot. Boy, come on. This thing is really slow to brake. Okay. Oh, shoot. Yeah, we overshot that by a lot. Okay. Alright, okay, so turn this off, switch this down. Okay. Power, reverse. Okay, I am overshot by 100 meters. Okay, so then bring this up to about, I think, 15. Kill the power. That's fine. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, and then once we're at about, I'm gonna start braking here. Up too far. Not far enough. Okay. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that should be fine. So we gotta switch over. Okay, so I am a little delayed by about 39 seconds, but that should be okay. We might be able to fix the time as we move up to the next station. We'll have to see if I'm gonna be good enough to pull off such a thing. We'll see. You've been watching The Great Pottery Throwdown? What's The Great Pottery Throwdown? I have not seen that. What about House of Leaves? Don't know what House of Leaves is. I don't watch that much TV, unless it's something that catches my eye. I've been trying to finish 911, which is like my weird TV serial that I enjoy, and there's also the new SWAT show that's gonna come out, Shemar Moore, because I'm a sucker for stupid police serials. Let me look up this show, House of Leaves. Let me look it up on my phone. I should probably not be driving a train while also using my phone, but who cares? Oh wait, no, it's this book. Okay, it's the one. It's the experimental format book. I remember seeing this. Yeah, I don't have the book. I remember seeing it at some point. I'm like, I'll buy this and look at it at some, but I've never gotten around to doing that yet. Pottery competition, kind of like the Great British Bake Off, nice and chill show. Oh, okay. Those shows are actually kind of fun. I'm a big proponent of watching MasterChef, honestly. I like Hell's Kitchen, but MasterChef is like a really good everyday cook, just trying to figure out how to cook type vibe, and I can wholeheartedly recommend go watch MasterChef if you want something fun, maybe caulk at some point. Can I look up there? Wait, oh, we actually have a skylight up there. Oh shoot, we're pushing a speed limit. Hold on, I'm gonna slow down a little bit, just bring down to 95. A little bit more breakage, please. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna go that. Okay. Slow down a little more. Okay, good. Okay, I want to check something. I'm gonna pause the camera. I want to see what this neighborhood looks like as we pass by it. So they actually did design a port. There is a torii gate in the middle of the water, which is kind of a interesting little random detail. It's very... Ooh, that's kind of a shot. What do we got here? This is a... I assume it's supposed to be like a cruise ship type deal. Yeah, it's like a ferry. Yeah, it's a ferry because you have like the... You can fit two cars in this probably? Maybe 3. How far does the map actually extend out? Like if I just pull this out all the way, how far does it go? Wait, I can do an axis offset. What does that mean? Okay, whatever. Let's see. Let's just keep moving. Oh, there is a zoom function. Wait, hold on. If I unpause the game, go back here. Is it the middle mouse? Oh, it is. You can zoom in. Wait. Oh, but it has to be with the mouse. That's super annoying. Yeah, so you can actually zoom in pretty far if you want to, like... Oh, wait. This is way better. Hold on. So we can lean back all the way, or we can zoom... Oh, shit. I'm speeding way too high. Holy cow. I am hyper speeding. By the way, there's like an HP bar. I think if I keep messing up my, doing my job, I'm going to get penalized. Wait, I've not seen that. I have watched, what's it called? The Great British Bake Off, I do think is kind of fun. I do recommend Great British Bake Off if you're looking for something a little different to watch. That's fun. MasterChef. I don't really watch too much else. I can't really think of anything that's like super specific that would be kind of probably common enough to watch. At least off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. I don't know what normal people watch. I've been trying to get back into watching anime though, at the very least. I actually have been watching anime when I have free time. Now, granted, if I tell you what I'm watching, most people are probably going to say you're watching trash, which is fair. I have been watching the Guildmaster anime, or the Guild Receptionist anime, where the girl's like, oh, I want to get off of work, but I can't because all these adventurers suck, so I'm going to kill the final boss instead so I can finally get off of work. I'm like, you know what? Good on you. Good on you. So, that's the type of thing that I've just been watching as of late because there's not much else that I find terribly exciting that I want to watch. I need to pick my back again. It is quite energy. It's a very silly show if you've never seen the premise, because one of the funniest things about the main character, the main girl, is that it's basically one of my friends calls it Japanese office man salary slop, in a sense. So one of the main things that, oh no, we're not doing a wrong side of the tracks mission. This is literally just a one-track rail line. We gotta crank the brakes up. gotta slow down to 90. There's no way we're gonna be able to slow down to 90 before we hit the yeah, speed limit. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna kill this. Speed up just a little bit more. Okay, we'll just chill at this very cool 80. I think it's because of the crossing, and then we'll pivot back up. So the main character, she's like, you know, she's got a house with a 30-year mortgage. She prayed to the gods to give her the power to stop having to do overtime by any means necessary. So they blessed her with like a ultra mega skill that allows her to just kill bosses in like one hit if done properly. It's quite something. And I'm like, oh, okay, it literally is just like, it's like Japanese isekai salary worker slop, except it's not an isekai technically. Try to keep a nice cool speed here. Yes, Ray, hello. Did you send me something on Discord? Oh shoot, I have to brake. I didn't realize the station was already here. Uh-oh. I was not paying attention to the station. We are overshooting this by at least like 50 meters, by like at least 200 meters. Whoops. Okay, let's see. What did you send me on Discord, if you sent me anything? Okay, how badly am I missing this? Oh, I overshot by 200. Oh, we're still braking. No, I wasn't. Okay, I got distracted. Okay, I got distracted by talking to people. That's my excuse. All right, let's quickly crank this full power reverse. Okay, I've got 2 minutes and 18 seconds. We're not gonna make time. We're gonna be so behind on time. Ray, is the person is the individual you're referring to in the message you sent me going to be okay? How bad is it, I guess, is the better question. And how much of it am I allowed to discuss, or do we want to talk about it later? Just don't turn the brakes on. Okay. Got it. I know how to drive manual transmission? Nope. Well, I only know how to in video games. I used to play racing sims with a VR headset and a racing wheel and a shifter, and I was able to do it there, but not in real life, no. I'm just gonna slow this down real fast. Okay, so how badly did I miss the stop? Okay. Full brake. Okay, have I watched Konosuba? Oh yes, I love Konosuba. Konosuba is one of my favorites. Yeah, I enjoy Konosuba a ton. It would be nice to be able to drive, what's it called? Drive manual in real life. I've talked about this before, but I really want to have an old JDM, like a Miata type thing one day. Just, haven't had a chance to get my hands on anything like that because they're expensive, and also I don't want to spend money. Hello, Xanth, how are you? MHLW being moved to Japanese OSHA. Ah. Okay. Alright, we gotta just hit 80 by the time in 100 centimeters. So we don't have automatic, so we don't have to use manual. Yeah, but it's the vibe about using manual. They don't use drives. No. In the US, most cars are automatic nowadays. There's no need for manual. Most people aren't driving fast enough to justify manual anyways. Most cars will have a manual mode, mostly to be gear 1 or gear 2. So you can, you know, go up and down like steep hills if you have to. But for the most part, no. Generally in the US, vehicles do not have manual. Most things are automatic nowadays. I think it's primarily commercial vehicles, weirdly enough, that are manual sometimes. But even then, it's not that frequent. Okay, so we gotta pass Shiohama, and then we have to pass Imaucho. I got it. Actually, this is not a two-train. This is not a two-track path. I just realized we really are just on a dedicated path. So, all right, we can speed up now to 120. Okay, let's hope I don't accidentally pass too many stops unnecessarily. God, I still can't believe this is a game and not like this is the type of game I would have loved to play a lot when I was younger. It really does hit the checkboxes for me. Oh, that's so weird to say. Oh, we gotta slow down. Crank the brakes up a little bit. We gotta drop down to 80. We drop down to 80 as we do the station pass. Kind of a nice station, actually. I like the station. Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh, I want to see that station again. Wait, hold on. Oh, this is kind of an interesting station design. Okay, so you can access the station from down here, which is the main entrance to the station, right? But you can also access it from the on the upper side of the cliff. And then, yeah, it's still Shiohama Station. Oh, wow, look, you got the toilets here. Shared sink. Can I go in the bathroom? Oh my gosh, you can go in the bathroom. Wait, why? It's so funny that you're allowed to go in here. Like a horror game. Oh my god. Yeah, you can just go into the women's bathroom. Now, there's no toilet actually modeled, but that's interesting. Okay, yeah, so then, yeah, exactly. So you can then you can walk to the path to your correct platform and wait whichever one you need to wait at, and it's actually perfectly reasonable to do that. That actually is really cool. I like this design of a station. Yep. So if I could buy, oh wait, hold on. I'll answer your messages in a bit. Wait. That's a nice warm waiting room. Does the other side have a waiting room like that too? I don't see one, but I see a lot of vending machines. Vaguely reminds me of like Hakone a little bit. Okay, yeah, there's a waiting room. That's cool. I like this. Yeah, it's very cozy. Yeah, if you had this in the US in a US train station, this would just be filled with hobos. I hate saying it like that, but it's true. Oh, should I turn off the weather? A lot. That's super annoying. So I actually have seen. So I actually did consider like which cars I would want. I think an NSX would be kind of cool. I would like. Okay, so if you wanted to ask me like what my ideal car would be for like just casual driving, something with pop-up headlights would be kind of a must. So I remember looking at like Miatas, like a RX-7 type thing, or yeah, some of the older Supras, or I mean an AE86. You know what's actually interesting that I found out? Apparently you can buy body kits direct from China that are basically all you gotta do is find the engine, and then you can just plop it into this body kit, and it's like you'll have a Franken monster of a car for you know, to have your own Torreno, because those are so Torrenos because they're so expensive. So you just have like a bootleg Torreno in your garage, and I'm like, you know what? That sounds interesting, but I probably would not do that because that's incredibly unsafe. Oh, I'll be visiting Japan this year, assuming the world hasn't collapsed by then. I plan on visiting Japan with Ray in about in late October. We'll be there for about 16 days. Okay, Imaucho, we are gonna bypass soon. We'll just do that. I don't care for American muscle, honestly. My hottest gamer take for cars is I really don't care about American muscle. It's not really my type of thing, quite frankly. It's great. Ooh, nice. I don't want to know what you do for work. It would be kind of interesting, but hopefully whatever you do for work is keeping you well paid in Japan. I think for me, it would be kind of cool to live in Japan, but at the same time, I'd have to give up a lot of stuff, and it would be very hard for me to do so. I think it'd be one of those things that I would have been okay with if it was like, you know, 5 years ago, before I met Ray and before I started streaming long-term like a VTuber. If I was doing that, then maybe, but since I do literally all those things, it's kind of hard to move away from like my friends, family, etc, etc, etc. Otherwise, yeah, I probably would have considered doing that type of thing. I know a lot of people are moving to Japan nowadays too, which is crazy. Because it's like, especially if you have like a digital nomad type job and you're an American, you're being paid in American smackaroos, your dollar goes really far in Japan. It's kind of nutty. Hi Garm, how are you? Welcome to Train Game. Which it's insane to think to me to think about, but Yeah, it would be cool, but I don't have a digital nomad job, unfortunately. I am very much I sit in an office and I make numbers do magic, and I get paid for making numbers do magic. Good stuff, I tell you what. It pays well if you know what you're doing. Oh wait, you want to hear the whistle? No, let's turn off our headlights too. Drive around a go-kart around the city. Are you driving like a small car? Or are you like actually driving one of those like Mario tourist go-karts that I keep seeing on YouTube that apparently all the locals hate, which I don't even know why those exist. I do plan on renting a car when I go to Japan. There are some areas I want to drive. I want to drive the Irohazaka around, I think it's around like Nikko. It's like I really want to do at some point. Slow down a little bit more. Oh, we should slow down a lot. I just realized like we're really approaching the station. Let's see. I don't want to overshoot this one. I keep overshooting them. We're already late by like a minute, I think. If I overshoot this, we're going to be late even more. Let's chill at a nice cool 57. We'll be very gentle with our slow approach. Yeah, so I mean, I have to apply for what's called an international driver's permit, and I can do that easily. Just kind of ease into the brake. I still like how this brake thing does adjust with my actions. Okay, just kind of keep it nice and cool at 19 as we approach. No, I'm not gonna do the Mario Kart driving thing. I saw that thing and I'm not interested, honestly. Please. Oh my goodness, I am short by a meter again. All right. There we go. Now I'm correct. All right, we did it. We did the whole gamut from on the express train. That was way more difficult than it needed to be for some unholy reason. Good lord. You can't crash the train. No, there's no train crashing here. As long as you can drive properly, that's all that matters. All right. You want to take a look at the train real quick? Did you want to gawk at it? Hold on. Here's our station here. Yeah, no, you have to be within like 5 meters in either direction of your station, or you're missing it. You can actually tell how bad it is because look at where all the markers for the passenger on and off thing, and because I'm off by 5 meters, yeah, it's kind of pretty off. Oh, this is a Shinkansen. Yeah, you don't need to be that accurate in real life. Like 5 meters is actually like a really big variance. You can see like all the onboarding and waiting zones are just completely off because of how badly I missed it. Yeah, we're basically just driving a Shinkansen. Not exactly. Actually, no, this is base. This is literally just the Shinkansen. The Shinkansen. I'm probably saying it incorrectly. It's literally just the Shinkansen. One of the. This seems like the premium car. Let's see. Oh no, these are all the regular cars because they're 2x2. The premium cars have like a 3x, have a 2x1, and sometimes like a 2x2. Maybe it could be the premium car. It's actually, I'm actually impressed how well modeled the interior is. This looks exactly what I like. You have the overhead storage bins. You have the okay. Yeah, then you have like the in-between. You have some luggage storage here. The bathrooms are even here too. I mean, driving a tank would be pretty sick. Yeah, well, this is actually like incredibly well modeled. Okay, yeah, they didn't model the bathrooms. What a shame. The back cabin here. Yeah, this is really well modeled. Yeah, this is really nice. I want to look at the rest of the station real quick. I know this is like unnecessary, but I'm trying to appreciate the sheer amount of detail that has been put into the general design of all. What does focus raycast do? I don't know. So how do you even enter here? So here's your station, right? So you have to, so let's say you're entering this station. You have to take the staircase. Okay, then you're gonna walk over. This will lead you over the tracks. And then where does this lead you specifically? To the other street. So it's basically a street. It's a bridge. But how do you get to the track that you want to be, considering how many tracks are? Okay, so station You enter the station. Oh wait, they modeled the station interior. Wait, that's so cool. Wait, look at this. Okay, so this is the ticket station. You even have your IC card, top off charge machines. You even have like a schedule. Wow. The man puts so much detail into this. I am in love with how pretty this game is. I would love to squeak a card, honestly. Look at this, even like this room here. Hold on, does it have a label? No, it's mostly just like a waiting room. Yeah, they just have like a waiting room here ready to go too. It's super well designed. Let's see. Let's go over here. Ah, legally distinct 7-Eleven. What do they call it? Does it have a name? Oh, it doesn't have a name. What a shame. There's a legally distinct 7-Eleven right here. I wonder if we can go inside. It's probably not modeled interior. This is the 6-7. Yeah, 6-7. Haha. Oh my god, I hate that I even said that. 6-7. 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 7. This is so... Teacher, this is so easy. The answer is 6-7. Oh yeah, I've tried sashimi. I had sashimi like 2 days ago. Me and Ray went to a sushi shop and to like an all-you-can-eat sushi thing, and I had like I ate as much sashimi as I could. My personal favorite fish is yellowtail. Hamachi is like my favorite. I'll say like nya, and I'm not gonna say it anymore. Let's see what else. What else is in this general area? Underground. Oh no, I've been to Japan multiple times. We were last in Japan in 2024, so literally 2 years ago. So we're gonna be back. Except this time we're going with some other people that have never been to Japan yet, so it'll be an interesting experience in their first time in the land of Japan. Yeah, I've been to Japan like 2 other times previously. I was there in 2017 and in 2023. Or sorry, 2024. How far does the city actually go? I want to see what else the city has. Yeah, it would be nice, maybe, but I can't justify it, mostly because we're in the middle of trying to do something for Ray to get her to live where I'm living, and moving to Japan with that would also be kind of like a bit of a disaster to throw, you know, a wrench. All right, let's continue. I think let's go do another run. Let's do a different run. All right, so what score did I get? What grade are they giving me? I got a D again. I'm always getting a D. What? God, the accuracy's so bad. It's so bad. I'm not gonna do a nya. Do you want me to do like a nya with the 6-7? No, I refuse. I will not do such a demeaning thing that will break my pride. See, even Ray disagrees. That's why she's throwing things at me. She knows it's bad. Run the cat ears. I refuse. Oh, you did the redeem. Oh, okay, so I have to actually. Okay, fine. Nya go chujin shawa. Ready for a kashiwa snack? What do you? I'm not a dog. I'm not Scooby-Doo. All right. Let's try. Let's see. Do we want to do a long run again? We can do a long train. We can do a short train. Let's see. I like how I've got a D on basically all of these. It's so bad. All right. Let's see. We can try a short run. Let's see. I think we got enough time to do like one long run. So the question is, which run do? Ooh, let's do an. Okay, how about this? Night run from same route, but basically full stops everywhere. Let's see. Which one do I want to ride? We can do the 1500 or the 1100. I'm pretty sure these trains are like technically from the 80s. We'll do a night run in the winter with a blizzard. How about that? Ooh, and we'll drive the nice pink one. I don't like the carriages on. I actually don't like the cabins on these. Is there a difference between doing the 3-car and the 6-car? I guess not really. I guess we'll do the. I guess it'd be easier to brake. You have more control over the shorter ones, realistically. Or the 1500, I think is fine. Let's try this. Oh, there is a tail. No, there's a tail. It's kind of hard to see, but no, it's there. Yeah. Depending on it's easier to see depending on which outfit. Like here, a normal outfit, right? You can see it. Have you, Xanth, you've seen this. You know exactly what you're looking at. I mean, like, the easiest way to see it is just, have you thought about purchasing the Dakimakura featuring me, your favorite professor? Did you know this one has, assuming this link works and didn't break in half, you can see that there's a tail there, and also there's a lot of blood on there. I do not have the funny circle glasses, no. This is it. I only have one pair of glasses. I have, like, 4 outfits technically, so I got this one. I got the swimsuit one that I like use like once in a blue moon. We got the regular one, we got the maid outfit, we got regular outfit, and we got the special Nekograd uniform outfit that also comes with a funny hat that I keep forgetting to turn on every time I use this outfit. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting buttons on this thing if I remember to use them, but I always forget to use a lot of them. Like, most VTubers will have like a bajillion different expressions, they don't remember to use all of them. Like, this is basically like the sobbing emoji, like, whoa, type thing. Oh, I gotta put this thing on. Yeah, did you know this one also has other fun things? Like, for example, I can pull out a knife. It also has blood. I can also do, like, all the other fun expressions, like, yeah. Someone's been a naughty comrade and needs a little bit of re-education type deal. Yeah. Fun toys for the VTuber, the blood from cutting up a pork leg. Exactly. He's gonna re-educate me. Fair enough. See, I'm not allowed to do silly things because if I do, Ray's gonna hunt me down and end my existence. So I have to be on my bestest behavior or bad things happen. I have played Meeside. I streamed it when it came out, like, way back in the day of, like, what was that? I think that was winter 2024. Yeah, because I think last winter for Christmas, like, I always do, like, a different game for, like, the stream before Christmas, and I think last year it was Long Dark, and then the one before that was Meeside. I'm pretty sure I did Meeside in December. Yeah, I had fun with it. It was a very short game. You get through it in about 4 hours. 1 second. Okay. All right, let's hop on to the next run. All right, we're gonna do this train. We'll do pink one for Ray. Oh, actually, I kind of like that colors. Oh, all right, we'll do the pink one for Ray. And then we'll do let's try a 3-car train. Maybe it'll be a little easier. All right, winter blizzard at night. I'm sure this will be perfectly fine. I'm not gonna lie, the sound effects are very Gran Turismo coded. I agree with that. I agree with that sentiment, quite honestly. And again, this game has no music, so you've somehow been convinced to listen to me yap for 4 hours or 3 hours so far without any background noise. I could have put on music this whole time, but I decided, maybe we'll just go without it. Would adding music have been better? I don't know. Let me know if you think we should have had music the whole time. Is it the common experience? Is it really? Oh, wait, hold on, wait. I want to look at this area. Alright, let's pause. I want to see this. I want to see the station at night. Wow. I think the game could use a little bit more lights for the, some of these random buildings here. Oh, that was weird. Okay, what is happening? Why is there light when I approach? Okay, that is some wacky lighting experience. I do not like that. I think the lighting should be a little more consistent. Okay. Because, yeah, you go to street level, then it's gone. But if you move closer to this, then it's like, okay, now it's on? All right, that's a little odd. At least there's actually traffic. I appreciate the fact that at least they put in road traffic. So here's our station. We are at... What station is this? Is there a sign? Okay, we are at Kanamori, and we'll be going to Suzume-no-miya next. And let's take a look at the interior of the train real quick. Yeah, I don't like the interior of this one very much, but it'll have to do. But we got... Oh yeah, this one's a little funky. This is the same one we were riding last time. Oh, it's all the same cabins. All right, well, I guess it'll be fine. I think the other line has the train cabins that I like a little more. It's okay. I think the guy's planning on adding more trains anyways in due time. All right, let's get ready for this. Now we depart in about 30 seconds. My voice is nice. Well, I'm glad you enjoy listening to me. I'm not ever allowed to do ASMR content, and I generally don't plan on doing so ever anyways, because once you start doing ASMR content, it's just like people expect you to be doing it all the time, and it kind of becomes your whole brand identity, and I don't like that. Is it ASMR? Is it? When I play a custom horror game, it depends on the horror game, but I generally am not a horror game person. It's just not a genre that I have particularly strong affinity for. I mean, I'll play like Resident Evil. I like horror games where I have the capacity to have choices and beat up the horror with a gun. Those are usually fine. Or if it's like a co-op horror game, then it's fine. Asian man speaking trains. Exactly, we are talking about trains. I love looking at these beautiful rail creatures. All right, let's slow down a little bit. We're approaching a speed limit of 40. Okay, so we're just gonna stay at 40. I accidentally went up a little bit, so we're just gonna kill our speed. But yeah, I don't like horror games. I barely like watching horror movies in general. I have not. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen the... I'm gonna zoom this in a little bit just so we can have more of the train field of view in our eyes. I've seen videos of the sleeper trains. I really want to stay on one of those, but realistically it's not going to be feasible for this trip, and it's one of those things that I'm just going to put off to another future trip to Japan at some point, because it's basically the Sunset Izumo, and that's basically it. Yeah, it's not feasible for this trip. We don't have time, but it is on my bucket list one day. I would love to ride one of them to, like, I can go from Tokyo to Himeji and then go to see Himeji Castle in the morning and all that jazz. It's not. Have I ever done Silent Hill S? I did not, no. I know there's a new Silent Hill game coming out. I don't know if anyone watched the State of Play. Sony did their whole, like, oh, here's all the cool, games coming to PlayStation soon. I don't have a PlayStation 5. I looked at the games. I was literally just, like, I told my friend, ping me if they announced Kingdom Hearts 4 or Final Fantasy 7 Part 3, and neither of those things were announced, and I was like, all right, so I legitimately do not care about any game that's coming out from the State of Play. So if that gives you any idea. Oh shoot, we got a brake hard. Yeah, I really did not care for like half of the things that they were announcing. I was like, yeah, none of this appeals to me for the most part. I know they announced like a new, like, what was it, God of War and some other things, which if you're into that type of stuff, I'm happy for you, but I overshot this. I don't know how much I'm supposed to brake. There's got to be something. Hold on. I want to restart this. This is the first one. I'm gonna restart this. Keep overshooting. You're hoping for new Toho games. I don't think they're gonna announce a Toho game at a State of Play. That does not seem like a type of thing that you're gonna find in a Sony event where they're trying to show off, here's all the cool Sony games, first party titles that we're gonna have. All I want is Kingdom Hearts. Please, anyone, please give me Kingdom Hearts. That's all I'm asking for. But we're never gonna get Kingdom Hearts. We're never gonna get Kingdom Hearts. It's so sad. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll stop waiting for Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm gonna play GTA 6 when it comes out. If I play it, I'm not streaming it. My PC probably would not be able to handle me streaming that game and also playing it at the same time. And I don't really like playing open world games like that on stream. Like games like GTA and even Forza are like, I want to play this on my own personal time where I don't feel like I am pressured to be, playing a certain way on stream. Is it not going to be on PC? Is it strictly console only? If it's console only, then yeah, I am absolutely I'm not going to get it at all. I don't have a PS5. I don't have an Xbox, whatever the current version is, and I have no intention of buying an Xbox console ever. Okay, yeah, then I care even less then. I can wait. I can be a patient individual. Yeah, I have no intention of buying it then. I think initially I was going to, because I do like Grand Theft Auto. I got my start playing Grand Theft Auto when Grand Theft Auto Vice City was a thing, so, and I think I was about, I want to say I was about 5 when I first played a Grand Theft Auto game. Is that a good thing? Probably not, but I can tell you that's when I first played a Grand Theft Auto title. So, no, I do not. My entire PC specs are listed below the stream. I run a 3080, and it's like pushing 5 years. It's like pushing 6 years old now. What's really funny is that's actually a replacement. When I first got this GPU, the one I had crashed on stream. It like literally died while I was streaming Dark Souls, and I was like, wow, that sucks. So I had to RMA the GPU because it's like, well, I need to be able to, you know, play and stream. So I think for that whole week, all I could stream was RimWorld, because that was incredibly graphically non-intensive at all. So it made it a lot easier to do that than to stream, you know, something that might have been a little more PC intensive. Yeah. I tell you what, PCs are difficult. Okay, so we don't want to speed up that much. In fact, we should probably start slowing down. I think once we're at 600, we're going to start to brake. I really need to figure out like what's the correct braking speed here. There's got to be some kind of like guide on how to slow down for this type of thing. Okay, so we're going to slow down even harder. Still got 200 meters to go. Okay, crank the brakes up a little bit more. Okay, slow down the braking. Okay, 100 meters. Okay, because like once you start slowing down even more, like it rapidly drops in speed. Let's see, am I gonna make it? Come on. Yes. Okay. I'm 4 meters off. Not too bad. And I made it with 10 seconds to spare. What the heck is a Frank Pepe's? I have no idea what a Frank Pepe's is. Alright, we depart in about 30 seconds. Pizza. I have not tried that, no. Is that a thing in Japan? I tried to avoid too many chains when I go to Japan. I eat like certain foods and all that jazz. Oh, back in the East, no, that's not a thing. If it's like a West Coast thing or an East Coast thing, I definitely would not know what the heck that is. Most of the pizza I consume is a nice Chicago deep dish. Got sick from eating a oh, you got sick from eating a Moco Loco. How did a Moco Loco get you sick? Was it the raw egg or the runny egg? Usually it's the runny eggs that get people. Not everyone has the strength to handle a runny egg. Yeah, weak bloodline. I'm joking. Pizza. I don't eat pizza that often. Pizza's not very healthy. It's carbs and carbs and carbs on and carbs. It's on fats and carbs. I don't know. I've never heard of a clam pizza, but I would love to try it. That sounds amazing. I love shellfish. I talked about this before. I think I've talked about this publicly, but I did get gout once from eating too much shellfish. That's how much I love eating mussels and clams. It's not good. Don't be me. Don't be like me and consume like there was a point where I was consuming like 3 to 4 pounds of shellfish a week. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be like me. And then I got a lot better. I stopped doing that as much, and so I no longer get that type of nonsense. Call this. Yeah, I like lobster rolls. Lobster rolls are good. Curses Tomodachi for making experiment with food. I hear Tomodachi Life has a lot of like really interesting food shenanigans. I thought about getting Tomodachi Life, but I don't want to pay money, so I'm like, I could pirate it, but I'm like, I don't really want to pirate a game like that, I guess. Oh, we gotta slow down. Oh, we gotta slow down hard. Tsugi, mamonaku, Takahashi. Oh, we gotta slow down. Okay, so we made the correct slowdown. Let's keep slowing down. Come on, we got 300 meters. The B is for bulk. I don't know if this is meant to be an insult or not. I mean, I could have streamed Tomodachi Life, but it's not really a game that I find particularly fun. I don't mind open-ended games, but some open-ended games are just not meant for me. You know, like Minecraft. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The worst part about Minecraft is mining. Yeah, the worst part about Minecraft is actually having to mine things. Okay, am I gonna be... Oh my god, You gotta be kidding me. I missed it ever so slightly. Yo, 0.07 meter variance. I'm so good at video games. I'm so good. Look at that. 0.07 meter, like 7 centimeters off. Wait, hold on. I wanna see this from the outside. I need to see this. How much is that? It's actually not that bad. Yeah, so if it was the 7 centimeters correct, it would be like in the middle of this line here, that door. Same with this one. This one would be a little more centered here. So that was actually a really, really close landing. I almost nailed it. Are you just gonna make a 6-7 joke every time I say 6-7? Neden, these are my observations. Hello there. Me this. Ah, okay, got it. Oh, it's Google Auto Translate just like doing weird things again. Hello, konbanwa. Yeah, I'm not gonna say 6-7. Stop making me do 6-7. Anyways, this is I was very close right here. Let's see. Have I examined this station yet? I want to see. What station is this? What are we at now? This is Takahashi. Okay, Takahashi Station has, let's see. Model so cute. Thank you very much. I hope you like it. Oh wait, I can get out of the cat outfit. This is what I normally look like. Okay. I think I messed up my buttons now. I can't control the camera correctly. Shoot, hold on. Oh, I can't wait. Oh shoot. I don't know what happened, but I can't. Oh shoot. Hold on. I wanted to look at this from afar again. I wanted to look at the station real quick. Takahashi Station has, kind of interesting. You know what's actually really interesting? I remember last time when I was in Japan, like a lot of stations don't have like benches. It's very odd. You just have to stand. It depends on what stations you're at, but like I remember like being in the like subways and I'm just like, yeah, there's like no benches. There's like maybe 10 seats. I mean, right? No, I mean my wife, Ray. Oh, here's the full model in case you haven't seen it. Neden. Yeah. Actually, wait, this is not the model. Wait, hold on. I haven't used this other one in a while. Hold on. Here's my actual like proper look. Here, hello. Yeah, I have yeah, no, I have a wife. Like I mentioned this. I'm sure most people have generally understood the context of that. Let me pull up image. Have you not seen all the commission art that I do with me and Ray? If I can find my VTuber art folder, 1 second. My drive VTuber Miss Art. Where's the one from the wedding? Yeah. No, we got like the Ray stuff here, or even the card. You know, where did I put the card one? It's under my wedding important folder stuff here. Yeah. Or like this one. Like they're everywhere. No, I've had this art for a year. I just reposted it. This was like this was handed out as an actual Magic the Gathering playable proxy of a Soul Ring, and I handed it out to people if they wanted one. There's actually a second version of this card. One that has me and Ray's real life likenesses on it that I'm never going to show anyone here. But there was, you know, we had this and they were handed out as a gift to people at the wedding, and it was very, very cool. Look like this, like a Soul Ring proxy. So it is like legitimately playable, an actual what's it called? Actually, it's like an actual playable proxy, and I have like physical copies of it. Could I type English faster? You could express your gratitude. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're able to. You speak pretty good English. I can read some Japanese. I'm very bad at speaking Japanese, but I can read some of it. I've been trying to practice more before I go to Japan. So I'll be going to Japan in October. Going to Offkai one of those. I'm not going to Offkai. Yep, I have wife. I'm married. Ray is my wife. That's the yeah, you got me there and then Ray there. Oh, and the other thing about this art too, which I don't know if I mentioned this previously, I probably have. The rings in the background are actual wedding bands. Like that's legitimately how our wedding bands look. But I asked my friend Kuki to draw it like an armillary sphere with the two rings interlocked, and there's like a light and obviously like all the flowers and everything. So that's how I had this commissioned. Yeah, so if you ever want to see my friend Kuki's art, let me see if I can find her Twitter page. She really likes drawing let's see, card artist. She really likes drawing Persona 4 and Persona content, so if you take a look, you're gonna see a lot of Persona. Yeah, it's a lot of Persona. But yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, so we'll be going together. 8-bit neos. Okay. You want me to go back to the 8-bit model? All right. I did start the stream with the 8-bit model. I guess I should probably go back to the 8-bit. Sure. 8-bit に戻です. Okay, fine. Find VTube Studio. But this model has all the cool features. Like, did you know if you look at my eyes, they have like cool effects. Like they shrink and they grow. And you can't ever forget the fang. It's kind of hard to... It is surprisingly hard to make my mouth move in a way that the fang can be visible. Yeah. Alright, we'll switch 8-bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We did do the glowy eyes for that. I remember that, yeah. Alright. We'll switch back to this one. Okay. I need to emphasize, in case you're new here, I again am not a femboy. I'm very babiniku. Because I want to be Sugoku Kawaii Babiniku VTuber. Spare's is learning that no one else cares as much as you about my eyes. You know what? Fair enough. I try my best. Alright, let's continue the stupid train adventure. I can try. Grandma mail. Oh shoot, we're supposed to... Oh shoot, how long... am I delayed? I have a minute and a half to make it to Nogata, which is gonna be a little rough. Sugoku kawaii. Arigatou gozaimasu. Listen, I want to believe certain a lot of people care about the eyes. I mean, in a lot of the arts that at least I commission off of Skeb or something, the eyes are generally remembered, but I also mark down in the details like, hey, this is what I'm wearing, this is exactly how the hair works. Like, you see how my hair has like the gradient? You see how my hair pivots from like, you know, black to white? I don't know what the right word is for a gradient in Japanese, but it's like, you know, kurokami, shirokami, in the ponytail, all that jazz. Hombre. What do you mean, hombre? Are we Mexican now? What's up, my hombre? What's up, my hombres? Oh shoot! Oh, hold on. I wasn't paying attention to my speed. Oh shoot! We got a break. I just realized I'm getting really close to the next station. I really need to pay attention to this more. I'm like getting distracted reading chat, but at the same time I'm like trying to drive a train. Oh my gosh, this is actually like really hard to do. Yeah. Okay. Miku, Miku, watashi o Miku. Okay, I'm terrible at kanji, and I overshot this. I will one day be able to stop overshooting this. This happens far too often. Okay. Okay, so we gotta crank this backwards. How far I overshoot? I overshot by about 50 meters, so we gotta go 45. So if we go to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I can probably pivot once we hit here. Oh, is it the hiding in the Wi-Fi song? Okay. I do remember that song. Okay, okay, so here's the thing. I was talking to some other friends recently about Vocaloid music. One of my favorite Vocaloid artists a long time ago. So I've been listening to Vocaloid since I was in high school, essentially. I think I might have been even in middle school, realistically. So I was in middle school around when, 2008-ish. 2007, 2008. And that's around when like Vocaloid, I think, started becoming popular. And I was a big fan of a lot of the what I call classic Vocaloid. So I really enjoyed, yeah, Disappearance of Hatsune Miku. Oh shoot, I'm still going backwards. Hello. Wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Okay. So I'm from the ancient era of Vocaloid. I used to watch a lot of like covers on Nico Nico, and I remember trying to figure out like how to register for a Nico Nico account and all that jazz. I didn't go to a Disappearance concert. I did go to one Miku concert, but what I was mostly going to talk about was I do not like a lot of modern Vocaloid music. One of my favorite artists back in the day was Deco Nina. Deco Nina was like one of my favorite artists. Deco Star 27, Deco Nina. And his style has changed over the years to the point I literally don't recognize it anymore. I no longer listen to any of his modern stuff. It's very interesting. Like, his old stuff used to be like really poppy, and then a lot of them now are like very like rock-centric type tunes, and I'm just not fond of it anymore. It's a little sad when I say it like that, but like I was trying to find albums recently of some Vocaloid music to dump onto my music player, and yeah, it's just all different. Like none of it's the same. None of it hits the same anymore. So I keep hunting down like albums for like 2010. 2012, 2011, just to have something that I'm comfortable listening to. No, I'm good. I'm serious. Like I really just don't like a lot of modern Vocaloid. Like it's so weird to me because Deco Nina is the same person who makes like Aikotoba, and then also is the same person who wrote Rabbit Hole. You know what I mean? Like it's just so different. And Rabbit Hole everyone likes because it's a haha funny sex song, and it's like super, you know, upbeat and preppy. It's like you asked me to sing Rabbit Hole, I would not be able to do Rabbit Hole. I don't know Static either. Like I'm talking like I'm one of those people that listens to like 40 MP and artists similar to that. Wow, I only did 2.3. That's not too bad. Yeah. Oh, I am so behind. I was a minute off. I was a minute late for this. I don't listen to Denpa music anymore. I think I used to oh shoot. Yeah, I'm not a fan of like Denpa music where it's like super like crazy stuff. Yes, I know about the Triple Baka Squad. I listened to Popipo back in the day. I know all the other weird classics like oh gosh, how did it go? I have to look it up. What's that one called? I don't remember what it was called. It's the one with like the Fukureta is what it was called. It's like the Ochamekino, that's what it was. You know, the let's go like Itsudemo I love you, kimi ni teku kiss me, wasurenai kara boku no daiji no memory. Yeah, that one is the one I remember a lot of back in the day. That was a good song. That's a good song. I can't sing it properly. How long will the stream go on? 45 more minutes. 45分. So, but yeah, that's like the Vocaloid that I remember. I don't remember a lot of like modern, I guess, Vocaloid anymore. Like, I just don't care. Aikotoba is probably still like my favorite Vocaloid song. Actually, you want to know, like, I can tell you exactly which ones, because these were basically all the ones that I played on Project Diva back in the day. It was like Hato, Aikotoba, Mukashi Mukashi, Kyou no Boku. I don't know if that was a vocal. I don't know if that was Project Diva, but that was like one of them. And then there was like the horror ones. Disappearance obviously was like a big one. What was the other weird ones I played? Still remember like a lot of the other classics like Cantalera and gosh, there were so many. Gosh, it's so weird talking about Vocaloid nowadays because I just don't know any of the new Vocaloid stuff. It's just so foreign to me. Yeah, modern Vocaloid is like, it's just alien to me nowadays. I just don't get it. You know, it's like the trends have changed. It's no longer like happy, preppy, poppy music. It's very much now like kind of like rock is the kind of the big genre, and I am overshooting it ever so slightly. Ooh, only 2.2 meters off, and I'm 57 seconds late. Okay, so we're still a minute off. If I don't get distracted, I can do this. But yeah, I used to be able to sing some Vocaloid songs. It kind of depends. Like, at the very least, I can sing Aikoto. That one's like the one I really remember the most of. Which Teto song? I know Teto's had like a huge revival in the West. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, there's so much Teto music that's coming out in the West, especially like a lot of like there's a bunch of producers now that are just doing English. I don't know, yada yada. Is that a new one? Bird Brain. Okay, unironically, I think Bird Brain is probably like one of my favorite songs. I heard it once. I think the first time I heard it was actually the Narissa Ravencroft cover for Bird Brain, and then that one I fell in love with it, and I started listening to the regular. I started listening to like a bajillion covers. I can't sing it on key, but I know the lyrics. But, you know, it's like, so unsure before it's even heard, never confident in a single word. This bird, expert in the absurd, number one in life that has been deferred. It hurts this relentless introvert, but inversion only serves to put the Zavin on the mind. So I keep my time so far out of line. Oh shoot. No, I'm not gonna scream it. I can't. I'm not. There's other people here. I can't scream the, oh God, my penis. Ah. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's as good as you're gonna get. I can't sing the rest. It's gonna be too much. I'll look up some of these other songs, but again, I don't know too many other ones. Wait, oh shoot, I just realized I gotta slow down. Is Bird Brain Taylor Swift-ish? I don't know. That's kind of, I don't know if I would agree with it, but I could kind of see it. I don't want to be thinking that I could sing like Taylor Swift, because I really don't want to think about that. Alright, I'm gonna hope that this is enough of a break to get me there exactly. But I really enjoy, alright, I'll take a look at the song when I get a chance. I am overshooting this. How badly am I overshooting this? Probably 40 meters. Wow, I was almost completely on point with how much I overshot that. Interesting. Okay, so we gotta quickly reverse brake, and then hopefully we can pull back just a little bit. You know what, man? My penis. You've never heard this? That's an actual line in the song. No, that's an actual line. You listen to the Narissa Ravencroft version. You can hear her scream it with her whole chest. It is beautiful to behold. Okay, I am so late on these trains. Oh boy. We're gonna be writing sorry slips. Is she actually canonically trans? I didn't know that. So, okay, so if you want to know, Bird Brain is a song about basically not fitting in. I always thought it was more of a song about like not fitting in, like vaguely autism coded or whatever. But I don't know. That's how I interpret the song. Okay, all right, let's keep going. I'm already delayed by like 77 seconds. I got a minute to travel 3 kilometers. But yeah, my interpretation is bird brain is like you're being a bird brain in the sense that like, oh, you're scatterbrained. But you can, yeah, just you're free to interpret however you want. Isn't that the joy of music, in a sense? But screaming, "Oh God, my penis," is just such a funny thing when you have to like belt it out with your whole chest. I think I'm doing karaoke with some friends in a couple of weeks, and there's a very high likely chance that I'm gonna be singing Bird Brain to a bunch of people who mostly sing American rock and American country music, and I'm gonna sing Bird Brain and really belt out that line, and they'll be so confused, and it's gonna be great. Okay, you know what's really funny about that thing too? I've seen so many people. The funniest joke I think about anime nowadays is people are like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like so into MILFs," and then you have to tell them like, "Brother, those people are your coworkers. You're the same age as them nowadays. You're the same age." And I'm like, you can't just call them MILFs, you call them your peers. It's just so funny whenever I saw that. I've seen so many variants of that line, it's funny to me. Who do you think's trying them to their children? I don't know. I don't know what Jane by the Long Faces says. I need to emphasize again that my music taste is incredibly like specific. Okay, I listen to basically like video game OSTs and cutesy, unironically cutesy pop, like J-pop. Like Shigure Ue is probably one of my favorite VTuber singers that's not Suisse, and I downloaded one of her albums recently, and I just been like having that thing on loop because it's so good. I don't know the name of the album, but it's the one that has Prismagic in it, because Prismagic is like one of my favorite songs to have come out. I don't know why that song is so addictive. Prismagic is like is unironically one of my favorite like VTuber songs that have come out in recent memory. If you don't know how it goes, it's like it appears a lot in a lot of rhythm games. I can't really sing it. It's like something like Prismagic jikete iruzui hirozuite ame no machi ni kakeru tayo. Oh my gosh, I'm short by 300. I wasn't paying attention to the train again. Yeah, I can't sing a lot of Japanese songs super fast unless like I have it memorized. Like I think Next Color Planet's like one of the few songs I can sing by memory. Aikotoba I can sing. Maybe not by memory, but I can sing it if I have the lyrics in front of me. Some of my friends like really enjoy karaoke, so we do karaoke every now and again. And like I can sing very simple slow songs like Kata Omoi, and what was the other one that I used to sing a lot? Bloody, what's it called? Kosui. That one, I really like Kosui. That was a really good one. Like how Penny Parker's Die Young cover. Wait, what do you mean Penny Parker's Die Young cover? What's Mystery Skulls? I don't know these groups. Just tell me I landed. I am 2 minutes behind now on the train, by the way. Maybe I'll look at it up. I've been trying to download more albums so I don't have to rely on using Spotify for music anymore. That's kind of been my recent shtick, where it's like, all right, what can I download so I no longer am reliant on cloud-based services for my music? You got some pretty good options if you look for them. Mystery Skulls is 2000 as far as you know. Like I said, I was a pretty intense weeb in my formative years. A lot of my music taste was, and I wish I was joking, shaped by osu. Like, I was playing a lot of Osu when I was in middle school, and a lot of my music taste was ironically shaped by whatever song chart I played and sounded good. I still have my entire Osu library on my on an external hard drive, and I remember like just grabbing the MP3 and OGGs out of the chart map folder just so I could play them on the, you know, just so I could listen to them in my MP3 player. Good times having to finagle ways to find, you know, your music. Nowadays kids have it so easy. I'll take a look at Mystery Skulls. Yeah, let me pull it up on my phone. I gotta plug my phone into charge. I'm gonna slow down. I don't want to get too fast. Okay, so Mystery Skulls. Okay, let me look at this at some point. The other thing too is like I got into, like after I got into like high school, my music taste also pivoted into like lo-fi hip hop with nujabes and, you know, individuals like Shingo to Oriyama Hiroto, I think his name was. Is ultimately like what my music taste kind of pivoted to, which, you know, it's maybe not the best, but it's what I enjoy. And then now I'm just kind of like, I'll listen to it if I think it's fun. If I think it sucks, then I'm not gonna bother. All right, let's see if 0.9 meters is, or 0.9 is enough to slow down as we approach this station. We got 600 meters. I have 70 kmh. I might be able to slow down in time. Let's see. 間もなく大島 Oh wait, was this 間もなく大三島 I can't remember the rest. I can't remember the rest, how the rest of it goes. How does the rest of it go? I can't remember how it goes. It's like, okay, 間もなく station お出口はお出口左側です Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Anyways, we're gonna break. We gotta break. I think I'm overshooting this. I sped up too fast, too much. Yep, we're overshooting it. What a shame. I tried. Wait, no? Am I gonna hit it? Oh, come on. Ooh, only 2 meters off this time, and I am still 2 minutes behind. Okay, yeah, we can't be late anymore. Okay. Okay. We gotta really gun it to the next station. Already late. We're supposed to be there. Okay. Okay, so the next station is Iwaminato, and we were supposed to be there in about a minute, and I have to cross 3 kilometers in the span of a minute to make it on time. I don't think that's happening. Yeah, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Yeah, what a tragedy. But yeah, like I said, I don't like a lot of Vocaloid nowadays. I'm very much a classic Vocaloid type of person, like Just Be Friends. I think Just Be Friends is probably like one of the best Vocaloid songs that have ever come out. That is actually a fantastic song. I can't sing the fast version, but I've sung along to like an acoustic version of it before, and that's kind of just been like my jam. If you don't know how it goes, it's like it's a classic Vocaloid one that goes like, you know, just be friends. All you gotta do, just be friends. It's time to say goodbye, just be friends. All we gotta do, just be friends, just be friends, just be friends. Dun 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 dun. 浮かんだ昨日の朝早くに割れたグラスかき集めるようなこれは一体何だろう来たしずく僕らはこんなことしたかのかな You know that one. That one's a fan. I love that one. I don't know Necromantic. I don't think I know that one. I'm also like looking up the lyrics real quick while I'm driving the train. That's probably not a good idea because I'm constantly like trying to finagle my speed to make sure I don't like go over the speed limit. Is Necromantic a let's see song? I probably cannot sing this. It's yeah, no, I can't sing this one. No, I can't. I don't really know how to sing very many of the Toho whatever songs for the most part. I think I used to be able to sing part of the Cyrano's math class one, but that was like an eternity ago. If you asked me to sing it today, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm gonna start slowing down. We'll just slow down. We'll slow down gently as we're approaching this. I'll try to keep it smooth. We got 6 meters. It's a straight. We're already delayed by like a minute, so I don't want to be too aggressive with the braking because we do need to get there fast. Okay, we'll crank this brakes up a little bit more. We're at like 0.3 meters. So we'll slow down a little bit more. But yeah, I really enjoy like old Vocaloid stuff. I always tell people, you know, if you get a chance and you want to listen to something, go listen to old Vocaloid. It sounds different. And I don't have enough speed. We gotta let the speed up a little bit. So I think at 20 km/h, we get there about 5. So I think I have to full hard brake at about, I want to say 40 meters. We have to hard brake, probably. No, I say 35. We get a hard brake. Let's see if I called it. I'm getting a little better at this. Yeah, we're 3.5 meters off. That's not bad at all. The train stopped. I'm gonna see if I can plug my bloody phone in so I can charge it because I have not been paying attention to this. There we go. But yeah, oh, the other thing that really shaped a lot of my early music taste, unironically, was I played Project Diva. So you have to remember, the early Project Diva games were not available in the West. I think the first ones that came out was like Project Diva F second or something, or F might have been the first one to come into the US way back in the day. Until then, Project Diva was kind of like restricted to Japan only. And so I had a custom firmware flash PlayStation Portable, and I had a decent enough memory card, and I literally just started hunting down ROMs of interesting Japanese games. So I think back in the day, I played a lot of Project Diva 1, 2, and I think whatever the third one was, I think it actually was F. And then eventually it came to the West after that on the, I think when the Vita version came out, which was a very interesting time because back then my knowledge of Japanese was even way worse than it was today, and I definitely could not sing. I did not understand a lot of the songs, but you know, you look up and like, oh, you just kind of like enjoy the vibe of the music, and that's kind of what it was. And I was pretty good at Project Diva. Nowadays, it's like I've not played Project Diva in quite a while, so I do like that type of music quite a bit, though. It's good stuff. It is really fun and enjoyable music. Good, you made it back. Welcome back. We're talking about Vocaloid. So yeah, that's kind of like my whole shtick with Project Diva type stuff. Also, I just realized there's a lot of cars on this road. It's kind of nice to look at. I do recommend, again, what was the other one? What else shaped my music taste? Also, Project Diva and something else I think shaped my formative years. And that was really it, though. But yeah, it was definitely like all that stuff. Oh, and then like weird AMVs that you occasionally watched. This is probably like the weirdest thing, but I was like a big fan of shoujo manga back in the day. I don't know why that was like the genre that appealed to me, but I was reading like Tokyo Mew Mew and Ultramaniac and a bunch of other weird like rom-com type stuff. I mean, I read Shonen Jump too. Naruto, Hikaru no Go, what was the other ones? I didn't like One Piece that much. I never got into One Piece. So many people say, yo, you gotta read One Piece, and I look at how many chapters and episodes are in One Piece, and I'm just like, I think I'm good. I don't think I really want to read that much One Piece. It's a little much. Oh shoot, I did not break enough. We are so screwed. I am overshooting this. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna be able to stop in time. All right. Whoops. Yeah, we're not hitting that. We'd have to be at like 50 by this point. Yeah, we're gonna overshoot this probably by 200 meters is my guess. Once again, I am being distracted reading chat and not actually playing the game properly. Oh, that hurts. Okay. We already have the emergency brake running, so yeah, well, I overshot by like 110 meters. Yikes. Okay, that's really depressing. Okay, let's switch to reverse mode. Okay. You can't recommend One Piece? Why? By the way, this is like 30 stops, and I am already running late. Okay, switch to driver mode. Slow this down. Once we're at about 35, I think we can do the hard brake. So just let this chill for a bit. We just coast along. Hard brake here. Should be enough to get us within the 5-meter variance. It is not. Okay, so we gotta let the train run a little bit more. Okay, my HP is dropping. Okay, there we go. Hit him with the animal. I become AMV of Naruto clips. Actually, the AMV that I remember a lot was there was a Haruhi AMV back in the day that had a song by a group called... God, how did it go? Oh man, I don't want to sing it because I'm gonna embarrass myself. What was it? It was something like... Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. I'd like to move forward now. We gotta go to Uetsu. I'm already delayed, so we gotta move. Let's go to Uetsu. Hopefully we can make it. We're already gonna be delayed, but we can try to minimize the delay. Thank you, ATS system, please. Quiet. Is this thing just gonna keep making annoying noises the whole time, or am I just gonna be bugged by this thing? Candy Pop, that's the name of it. I don't know why I couldn't remember. It was called Candy Pop. This thing will not shut up. I don't think I can make it shut up. How do I make it stop? Oh my god. I guess we're stuck listening to this now. Yeah. I can't. Wait, are the doors open? Okay, the doors are closed. Wait. Okay, hold on. I gotta finagle this a little bit better. Okay, so we're gonna go back here. Okay. I cannot stop this. This bell is just gonna be running the whole time. Oh, I'm over. Listen, I was doing a pretty good job at first, and then the more as I streamed more and more, the delays just kept it's just gonna keep stockpiling. I'm holding Y and it's not going away. All right, in the interest of us not destroying our ears, we're gonna go back to main menu. I know approximately where we're at, so we can start approximately in that area. So what we'll do is we'll do the same weather. Do you like the day weather? Or do you like the snowy weather? You want to do like a day snow? We did a day snow. We can do like let's see. So that was a night run, but can we do the local part? I think we were, yeah, so we were at Shiohama, so we were getting pretty close. So I think if we do this section from Omishima to Nagara, it should be okay. 23 minutes should be fine. All right, we'll do weather. We'll do the winter blizzard, or we can do winter clear. We do actually have a different set of cars. No, it's the same cars. Actually, no, since we need to do a shorter one, let's see. These are all 12 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll do Sankai main line, and we'll do the one I was talking about. We'll do the night run from... Oh, this is the other way. Is there a way up? Oh, there's not. Oh, here we go. Omishima to Nagara, which is about 24 minutes. We'll do winter blizzard. It's either that or we do spring heavy rain at night. But I think it's better to maybe do the winter. But though, yeah, it's okay. We're doing a 3-car creature. We're using this one in honor of Ray. Okay. This is cool. Like legitimately, I think this game makes for some pretty interesting, just yapping type streams. I don't know if we'll do it again, but if people find it interesting enough, maybe if there's like another major update later down the line that adds more content, either additional lines or additional trains. I actually did find out that, I found the guy's, what's it called? Patreon page for this game. And the guy was getting like some 600 something USD. The guy's Indonesian, actually. Yeah, the developer for this game is a single Indonesian dude, I believe, who's just really, really loves Japanese trains. And you know what? I can respect that. I respect his dedication to the craft. I think he did a fantastic job. We're not streaming Dwarf Fortress. I've talked about this before. Other people have heard it. Dwarf Fortress is unfortunately very much a non-streamable game. Dwarf Fortress is so boring to people who don't play Dwarf Fortress. Oh, Dwarf Fortress is also made by one. Okay, got it. In that case, yeah, that's a different story. I thought you were going to talk about, like, because a bunch of people want me to stream Dwarf Fortress, and I'm just like, I can't. I'm sorry. I'll stream RimWorld. I'll stream City Builders. I'll stream basically any colony sim as long as, from a viewer perspective, you can see what the heck is going on. And unfortunately, Dwarf Fortress is not one of those games. Tragically. Starbirds. I actually was playing Starbirds. Thank you for gifting me that, by the way. I was playing it on my personal time, and I think I'm just going to play it on my personal time. And I'm enjoying the semi-complex chains that I'm at, although I'm kind of only like on the third map because I haven't had a chance to like play it too much since I was in Canada this past weekend with Ray, where we saw animals and other stuff. Oh, I forgot to post the photos, but we did encounter a butterfly emporium, and I've been meaning to sort through those photos at some point because there was a lot of very pretty butterflies and they landed on me and it was very sick and pog. I need to stop saying pog in real life. Just like how I need to stop saying glizzy in real life. I'm so sorry. Sometimes words enter your vocabulary and it's very, very difficult to like remove them, unfortunately. Okay, we can speed up a little bit here. I will say there's a really cool movie if you like trains called Bullet Train Explosion. Highly recommend it if you're ever looking for something fun to watch one of these days. I believe it's on Netflix. We're gonna slow down to about 90, and then once we hit 90 we'll kill our brake and then just focus on maintaining speed and we should be Gucci. Okay, so we're, I think at 0.7 we have to start pumping the brakes. Maybe we do like a half brake or maybe like a 3/4 brake as we are going to stop. So saying mamonaku iwami minato. Yeah, mamonaku Iwami Minato. I can't say. I think I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But yeah, it is a very pretty game. Hello there, that's for that not named and not telling. Got it. Yeah, for a game in UE5, it's very pretty and incredibly well optimized. But you have to remember, there's no passengers on this game. I think if the developer plans on adding passengers, and I think once passengers get added, the game is gonna probably, oh shoot, have a pretty nasty, it's probably gonna have a bit of an issue with performance, is gonna be my guesstimate. Passengers are gonna be probably really rough on this taxing on this. I am overshooting this now. Oh my gosh, I overshot by half a meter. All right. There we go. There we go. Oh, okay. So I was actually talking about this earlier, and let me just explain this to you real quick, since you might not have seen this. Have you played this game yet? Hold on. It's easier if I show this. Okay, you have. But yeah, I don't know if you've gone to free camera mode, but a lot of the assets are like incredibly low resolution and just like also just reused everywhere. And because it's a very good way to just like make the game run easily. Like, yeah, it's important that the station is really well detailed, and it is quite pretty to look at, like even this basic station here, right? But then as soon as you go out into the main town and you just like, okay, there's a lot of things that are just kind of like, the town up to this point is kind of like well modeled, but then as soon as you go like back 2 streets, you're like, oh my, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, it's like a horror film. It's like a lot of it's just dilapidated and just non-existent. And once you get even further out past that, it's just like you see buildings clipping into the floor because they just need to have the look of more buildings than actually presenting a actual building. And then obviously a lot of these are just like pretty set pieces in the back and fairly low resolution. Yeah, like it's understandable. Like you're just trying to make it look busy without actually, you know, making it so busy. Yeah, the snow texture is also like just really messy. It's also repeating, which is kind of funny. You might notice here, like it's just the same texture repeated over and over again on this road. But granted, from you as the player, you're not going to notice any of this, right? Like even if you wanted to look at it from this angle, all you're like that building over there, this is all you can see. That's all you're seeing over there. like that. You're not seeing much else beyond that, and that's kind of how they make it so small. It's like, and all the assets, like, it's just the same assets. There's only so many housing variants. Yeah, I mentioned this earlier, but I was looking at things like, oh, like here's a torii gate, like just hanging out here. There's like a boat somewhere. At the stations, I like looking at a lot of the stations because it's just, you know, very reminiscent of when I was last time in Japan. And heck, you even got, you know, vending machines. Would you like some joke or green tea? Literally just calpico. They didn't even change the texture to say something else. I have no idea what. I think these are just like random crackers of various kinds. You got your royal milk tea, you got your coffees, you've got water, yeah. Let's continue on our magic journey. Okay. Okay, so I have approximately 3 minutes to make it to Kaguradai, which is gonna be 2.5 kilometers away. Yeah, I do like that there's custom libraries. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really mess with that function too much, but I do appreciate that it's there for people who care about that type of content. Mix coffee and tea. I mean, you could. Actually, you know what I could have been doing for this stream? Hold on. You know what I should have been doing? Hold on. The game's muted, but what I should have done for this, and I completely forgot I can do this. And it was mentioned earlier when we were doing some other games before. If I have my regular model out like this, and I go to, I think it's settings. Let me make sure I'm not gonna overspeed. Okay, I think I have to switch to, whoops, zoomed in too far. I think it was under this button, and then I do this button, and oh shoot, we are going a little too fast, aren't we? Hold on. Apply the brakes, apply the brakes, apply the brakes. There we go. Yeah, I forgot I can do this. So in this case, let's see, select running train. Yeah, so I can match the lighting. Actually, hold on, let's switch to a different scene real quick, because it looks like this. Yeah. There we go. My very spooky glowy eyes. Ain't it great? See, this is the true train experience right here with a very unhinged conductor. Don't you like the glowy eyes? It's great, right? Very, very appropriate for this type of thing as we're riding in the dark. Oh, right, the Pokemon disappeared. That's a different problem, though. It's fine. Mix coffee and tea. Well, I don't even drink coffee. I don't even drink tea most of the time, so I won't drink either of those things. I'm a very particular individual with my beverages. It's basically like sodas. And unfortunately, I started getting into energy drinks, but I try not to drink them very often because they're very, very bad for me. Oh shoot, we gotta brake hard. You know what's actually really funny? I don't know what it is, but sometimes I'll drink caffeine, and it just makes me go to sleep. I remember one time I drank like a monster, and I don't know what happened, but then I fell asleep for 2 hours, and I'm like, I thought this was supposed to keep me awake. Why did it knock me out? It didn't make any sense. I was like, all right, I guess this is just what happens occasionally when you drink these types of beverages, and I overshot probably by about 50 meters is my guess. Oh, I only overshot by 30. That's not too bad, actually. Okay. So now that we are able to slow down, let's quickly crank the reverse back, and let's drive back. Yeah, I passed out after drinking caffeine. I'm not having a cardiac episode. I'm pretty sure I would know if I was having a cardiac episode. Ray literally would not let me die of a cardiac arrest. She'd kill me first before that would ever happen. Okay, I would die before that's even allowed to happen, is all I'm gonna say. Alright. Let's get ready for the next station. We gotta get to Kaguradai in about... Wait, no, we gotta get to... Okay, no, we're actually on time. Okay, so... There we go. Oh, wrong way. Alright. Uetsu in approximately 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It should be fine. Yeah. No, I was not having cardiac episode. I should use this model more, honestly. I've been meaning to get an update to this model, but I just can't really afford to get an update on this model, which is a little sad, but it's true. Because model updates are expensive. I actually saw something recently. There's a huge debate, I guess, going on in the VTuber space, whether or not if you as the consumer of a rigger's services should be allowed to have the CMOS file or whatever it's called. I think it's like a CMO3 file. It's basically essentially the working files for the model, because when a rigger exports the model to you, they give you like a model file that you can dump into VTube Studio, but if you need to do any edits, you as the end user do not have the capacity to do anything like that. And so there's like this whole debate of like, you know, if I buy this, should I be allowed to have this? You know, I feel like I should be allowed to have, you know, my, you know, all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's a very touchy subject, I think, because the logic is that if you do have access to the working files, someone else could, you know, edit those files and have, you know, like copy your style or something like that, or like dissect a file to like learn how you do it. And I think something actually a brain reaction where followed by caffeine, so produce more than chemical counted. I mean, maybe that's how my body functions too. Who knows? Let's see, we gotta slow down here. I guess we're entering a busy area. Yeah, oh geez, we gotta slow down hard. Alright, let's go slow down a little bit more. Okay, so 40s here. 間もなく優越お出口は左です。左側です。Let's do a terms of use contract. I mean, you could do. Oh shoot! Why did I slow down too fast? What the heck? Why did I slow down? Why did I stop? What the heck? Oh, I can't move. The brake line is charging. Okay, I must have braked too hard. Whoopsies. I went into coasting mode, but I guess not. Oh yeah, we're definitely not making time anymore. We're definitely behind on all timetables now. Yeah, whoopsies. Oh well. Alright. I'm not very good at this, as you can tell. Okay, kill this. Okay. We'll just coast at 30 until we get there. I think we can full brake at about, I want to say 50 meters, I think is probably correct. Okay. Apply the brakes. The next signal is at danger. Okay. Those are funny words. All right, we're delayed by about, oh, yep, okay. I did not go far enough. Come on, just a nice rolling coasting stop. There we go. Beautiful. That was awful. We're behind by a whole minute. Okay. I can't turn off the chime. I feel like sometimes, I think if you trip the chime, you just can't undo it. That's so weird. Let's see. Maybe if we're ready to depart, it'll unchime it. It's kind of interesting because I'm suddenly reminded of when we were riding the Shinkansen from Kyoto to Tokyo, and for whatever reason, the storm delayed us by like 2 hours. Did I ever talk about that? I think I talked about it at one point, but we were supposed to arrive in Tokyo around like, I think 6 or 8 o'clock. Oh, you do have to go to max break. Thank you. Yeah, we had to. Oh wait, I'm actually okay on time. Oh, because the signal ahead of us is fully braked, or is what's it called? Is fully red, so we're being allowed to delay. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, so I remember one time we were trying to take the Shinkansen from Kyoto to Tokyo, and I guess it was like typhoon season, or there was some kind of like ridiculous storm, because we were supposed to arrive in Tokyo but like 7 o'clock, right? And we were supposed to leave Kyoto around like 5. And I don't know what happened, but it was really nasty. But our train was delayed by like an hour, so we didn't get out of. So yeah, so I think we were supposed to leave around 4 o'clock. We didn't actually leave Kyoto on the train until like 5:30. And then on top of that, it was so delayed. Like, we had to stop in the middle of the track, essentially, to let the weather get better. And to the point we only managed to leave, like... Are we allowed to, oh, wait, no, it's another minute. That we didn't get to Tokyo until, like... I want to say, like, 9 p.m., if not, like, 9:30 or 10, which completely killed our entire evening, because we were going to... you know, explore the city at night, but we just didn't end up doing that anymore. I think we just like went to get dinner and then we went to like bed essentially, which was crazy because we had to like, once we arrived, we had to navigate our way to our hotel, and we were staying in like Roppongi Hills at the Grand Hyatt or something, and it was like, oh my gosh, even then there was like, you know, multiple transfers still. Typhoons are really, yeah, they are really powerful, but it was like I said, the delay was so bad that I had called or I didn't call, but they automatically sent us a refund for half the ticket cost for both of us, which was kind of nice. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to say no to a refund for half of what we paid considering the delay. You know, you work with what you got. Yeah, I've been there during the summer and I've been there during autumn. I'd like to go during the winter one year, but this year we're doing an autumn trip, so autumn it shall be. I'd like to go to Hokkaido one day. And I have to visit family over there too, so, you know, more shenanigans ensure? Will ensure? I don't know. Look at how dark it is. Oh shoot, I'm approaching the speed limit. I wasn't paying attention again. There we go. Let's maintain a cool speed. Neda needs to go in the winter. It's in Hokkaido. I would like to definitely one day go to Hokkaido in the winter. That would be my goal. One of my... I like going to ryokan and to onsens. One thing that I really, really want to do is find a nice ryokan, and just in the middle of winter, I want it to snow while I'm soaking in the onsen. That would be a dream of mine to pull off one day. I have not tried Derail Valley, but I will definitely look it up. I generally have played some transit games. I used to play a lot of Truck Sim on stream at some point, but I haven't done that in like a very, very long time. Maybe one of these days we'll get back to it, but I currently don't have any intention to. We should probably start slowing down. We gotta start slowing down a little more. Gotta start slowing down a little harder. Let's see if I can actually line this up correctly. Mamonaku, Shiohama. Alright, let's see if we can pull this off. Words you don't want to hear your conductor say. Let's see if we can do this, fam. Let's see if we can get that bread and land this train and collect that victory battle royale, or I don't know what they say nowadays. I don't know anything about Fortnite. I saw Fortnite had Suisse, and I saw a lot of my friends immediately reinstall Suisse. Or reinstall Fortnite strictly because of Suisse, which was so funny. Oh, don't worry, we're ending stream soon, too. Hokkaido's a great place to even manage to keep bears. That sounds amazing. No, I'm slightly off. Come on, just a little bit more power. Okay, hard, slow here. Ooh, only 40 centimeters off. Crazy. You don't want to bibbity booah all over their corpses and collect that #1 victory battle royale. All right, it's kind of late. I probably need to go to bed soon. Bibbity booah, yeah. I don't know the rest of the lyrics. Dun 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 da 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 da. I don't know the lyrics to this. I just know the dance because like everyone knows the dance. All right, who am I rating at this hour? It is time for me to get ready to sleep. So let's see who is alive. Let's see. We raid. Who the heck is alive at this hour? Do we raid into? Could raid Vivi. Could raid Falu. I guess we haven't rated Follow in a while. Sure, I'll rate Follow. It's been probably like a bit. Okay. このライブは終わりです。Okay, thank you for joining on this wonderful, wacky train stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's not the normal type of thing we do, but I hope you still found it fun and enjoyable. And then I'm more surprised I managed to yap for 4 hours straight because, good God, I am kind of tired and I need to probably drink a lot of water. I actually did not drink a single drop of water this for the past 4 hours. So I am incredibly dehydrated right now. So I'm gonna go fix that. And also I need to talk to Ray about some other stuff. So we'll see how this pans out. I am very professional streamer. I am. Oh, my raid button doesn't work. Okay, so if you wanna, we're gonna raid Follow on Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, go say hi to Follow. She's a good lass. Use whatever raid message you want, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll do the Fire Emblem run. I think I have to try inserting a bunch of characters. I haven't had a chance to insert them yet, but I'm gonna do my best to insert them tomorrow or even tonight, and hopefully we can get through another couple chapters. Like I said, I got pretty fast at inserting characters, but if I haven't had a chance to insert them by today, we'll insert them tomorrow. All right, good night. Say hi to Follow. Goodbye. Thanks for joining. Again, you're free to join on Discord if you want to say hi. Otherwise, yeah, I'm a bedge. Good night.